Well, isn't this a nice surprise?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm to well and truly try the issues that traverse herein, joined between the state of Tennessee and the defendant Hernandez Govan upon a true bill of indictment, charging him with the offenses of conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and first-degree murder, a true deliverance make, and a true verdict render, according to the law and evidence, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. You may be seated. Before we begin the trial, I would like to tell you a little bit about what will happen during the course of these proceedings. I want to describe basically how the trial will be conducted and what the attorneys, jurors, and the judge will be doing over the course of the trial. At the end of the trial, I will give you more detailed instructions on how you are to go about reaching your decision. But now I simply want to explain how the trial will proceed. The defendant has been charged by the state of Tennessee with a violation of state law. The document containing the charges is referred to as an indictment. An indictment is the formal accusation charging a defendant with a crime and is not evidence of anything. The defendant has pled not guilty to these charges. He is presumed innocent and may not be found guilty by you unless, after hearing all of the evidence, attorneys' arguments, and instructions of the law, the 12 jurors seated in this case unanimously find that the state has proven its case beyond a reasonable doubt. The first step in the trial will be the attorney's opening statements. The state will tell you about the evidence it intends to present so that you will have an idea of what the state's case is about. This opening statement is not evidence. Its only purpose is to help you understand what the evidence will be and what the state will attempt to prove. After the state's opening statement, the defense may make an opening statement if he so chooses. Again, statements of attorneys are not evidence. Next will be the state's case in chief, in which the state will present its evidence. The evidence in the case will most likely consist of physical exhibits, documents, and the testimony of witnesses. The witnesses will testify by answering questions asked by the attorneys. After the state completes its case in chief, the defense will be given an opportunity to present evidence through witnesses and exhibits. A defendant is not required to put on any evidence or to testify. The burden is always on the state to convince you that the defendant is guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If the defense does present proof, the state may then put on what is known as rebuttal proof. After the state's rebuttal proof, the defense may put on further proof. After you have heard all of the evidence, the state and the defense may present final arguments. I previously told you that opening statements by the attorneys are not evidence. Likewise, closing arguments are not evidence. Likewise, in closing arguments, the parties will attempt to summarize their cases and help you understand the evidence that was presented. The final part of the trial occurs when I instruct you about the rules of law that you are to use in reaching your verdict. After you hear my instructions, I will excuse the alternate jurors, and the final 12 jurors will leave the courtroom together. You will then begin your deliberations to make a decision in the case. Your deliberations will be secret, and you will not be required to explain your verdict to anyone. Now that I have described to you in outline form the trial itself, let me explain the functions that you and I will perform during the trial. I will decide which rules of law apply to the case. My decisions will be reflected in my responses to questions and objections the attorneys raised during the trial, as well as in my final jury instructions. It is your job to determine what the facts are from the evidence. You must then apply the law in my instructions to the facts, and from that application, you will arrive at your verdict. The state has the burden of proving the guilt of the defendant beyond a reasonable doubt, and this burden remains on the state throughout the entire case. Keep in mind that the defendant is presumed to be innocent of the charges against him. Thus, a defendant is not required to prove his innocence, to have his attorney make any statements or arguments, or to produce any evidence. You, as jurors, must decide whether the state has proven beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant has committed the crimes charged in the indictment. You must base that decision only on the evidence in the case and my instructions about the law. An important part of your job will be making judgments about the testimony of the witnesses who testify. You should decide whether you believe what each person says and the importance of his or her testimony. In making that decision, I suggest that you ask yourself a few questions. Did the person impress you as honest? Did he or she have any particular reason not to tell the truth? Did he or she have a personal interest in the outcome of the case? Did the witness seem to have a memory of the events he or she testified about? Did the witness have the opportunity and ability to observe accurately the things he or she testified about? Did he or she appear to understand the questions clearly and answer them directly? Did a witness's testimony differ from the testimony of other witnesses? These are a few of the considerations that will help you determine the accuracy of each witness's testimony. In making up your mind and reaching a verdict, do not base any decision on the fact that there were more witnesses on one side than on the other. Likewise, do not reach a conclusion on a particular point just because more witnesses testify from one side on that point. Your job is to think about the testimony of each witness you heard and decide the facts. Some of you have probably heard the terms circumstantial evidence and direct evidence. These are the two basic types of evidence that exist in law. Direct evidence is direct proof of a fact, such as the testimony of an eyewitness. Circumstantial evidence is proof of facts from which you may infer or conclude that other facts exist. I will give you further instructions on these as well as other matters at the end of the case. Keep in mind that you may consider both kinds of evidence. So you do have note pens and papers, you're sitting on them. They should be under your cushion.
What up, family? Welcome to the Young Dolph murder trial, day 1. Seen this coming, so I had to go on and share it with y'all so we can have our own place to watch it. Appreciate everybody being here. We got some TiVo time. We're going to skip forward a little bit. Hit the like button on your way in. Hit the subscribe button on your way in. Share with a friend on your way in, and let's keep it rolling, family. We're going to get to the opening.
2, Cornelia Smith, Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, Cornelia Smith, Hernandez Govan, Jermarcus Johnson. Indictment for conspiracy to commit murder, first degree, murder, first degree. Tennessee Code annotated 3912103, Sketch Code 31015, Tennessee Code annotated 3913202, Sketch Code 21015. Witness F. Prios, MPD, summoned for the state, J. Browning, Multi-Agency Gang Unit, J. Browning. A true bill signed Mary Bernard, foreperson of the grand jury, date indictment returned November 10th, 2022. State of Tennessee, Criminal Court of Shelby County, September term 2022. Count 1. The grand jurors of the state of Tennessee duly selected, impaneled, sworn and charged to inquire for the body of the County of Shelby, Tennessee, upon their oath present that Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, Cornelius Smith, Hernandez Govan, Jamarcus Johnson, between June 1st, 2021 and March 1st, 2022 in Shelby County, Tennessee, and before the finding of this indictment, did unlawfully, intentionally, with premeditation, and with the intent to commit the offense of first-degree murder, as classified in Tennessee Code Annotated 39-13-202, against the person of Adolph Thornton Jr., enter into an agreement with each other to commit the said offense, that said Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, Cornelius Smith, Hernandez Govan, and Jamarcus Johnson, acting for the purpose of promoting or facilitating the commission of the said offense, and agreeing that one or more of them would engage in conduct which would constitute the said offense. In furtherance of the conspiracy of the said conspiracy, one or more of the parties to the conspiracy committed an overt act, to wit, Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, traveled to 2370 Airways Boulevard and killed Adolph Thornton Jr. Cornelius Smith traveled to 2370 Airways Boulevard and killed Adolph Thornton Jr. Hernandez Govan solicited both Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, and Cornelius Smith to kill Adolph Thornton Jr. Jamarcus Johnson aided in Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop's, hideout and escape after the killing of Adolph Thornton Jr. Aided communications between Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, and Cornelius Smith after the killing of Adolph Thornton Jr., and facilitated payments to Cornelius Smith for the killing of Adolph Thornton Jr., all of which is in violation of Tennessee Code Annotated 39-12-103 against the peace and dignity of the state of Tennessee, signed Steve Mulroy, District Attorney General, 30th Judicial District. Count 2. The grand jurors of the state of Tennessee duly selected, impaneled, sworn, and charged to inquire for the body of the County of Shelby, Tennessee, upon their oath present that Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop, Cornelius Smith, Hernandez Govan, on November 17, 2021, in Shelby County, Tennessee, and before the finding of this indictment, did unlawfully, intentionally, and with premeditation kill Adolph Thornton Jr. in violation of Tennessee Code Annotated 39-13-202 against the peace and dignity of the state of Tennessee. Signed Steve Mulroy, District Attorney General, 30th Judicial District.
Mr. Govan and counsel, how do you plead?
Not guilty to both counts, Your Honor.
Thank you. Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We met last week, but for formality's sake, my name is Iris Williams, and I represent the state of Tennessee. When I was a kid, one thing that my mom always told me is that there are few things that we can control. But one of those things are our choices. Our choices can move mountains. Our choices can get us into trouble. And our choices can mean life and death. Ladies and gentlemen, this case is about choices. You're going to hear a lot of evidence this week. You're going to hear a lot of names. But the name that I want you to remember is Hernandez Govan. And I want you to remember the choices he made. And even more importantly, I want you to remember the consequences of those choices. Picture this. November 17th, 2021. The victim, Adolph Thornton, and his brother. They pull up to Makita's Cookie Shop on Airways Boulevard. They park the car, they get out, they talk to the cashier, and seconds later, a white Mercedes pulls up and Adolph Thornton is gunned down and killed. You'll hear from Dr. Juliet Scantleberry, the medical examiner in this case. She'll tell you that Thornton's body had around 20 gunshot entrance wounds to his neck, his chest, his arms, and a catastrophic injury to his face. But how did we get here? How do we start? Where will we begin? This trial will begin with Erica Thornton. She'll tell you that she is Mr. Thornton's sister. She'll tell you about the last time that she saw her brother alive. And she'll tell you when she heard that he was gone. And after Ms. Thornton testifies, you'll hear from Mr. Raul Hopkins. He'll tell you that he worked for security for Thornton for years. And Adolph Thornton just wasn't Adolph Thornton. He was known across the city as Young Dolph, a musician. His music, his artistry, his journey, his ambition inspired and spoke to this city in ways that a lot of artists just couldn't do. Thornton made his own way in the music industry, and he created a label called PRE, Paper Route Empire. Hopkins will tell us about it. He'll tell us that Adolph Thornton made his way in the music industry and created opportunities for other artists. But when you create opportunities for others, some people don't seem to like that. So Hopkins will tell us about another label, CMG, also known as Cocaine Music Group. He'll tell us about the history and the tension between these two labels. He'll tell us that CMG wanted Thornton as their own, but when he decided to pave his own way, when he decided to be self-made, he became CMG's enemy. Hopkins is going to set the stage for how this story truly began. And after Hopkins, you'll hear from Cornelia Smith. And this is when it all will click. Smith is a co-defendant. He'll tell you that he met Govan in 2021. They met through Smith's friend, Bobby Carter. And Smith has a couple of nicknames for Govan. He calls him Big Bro or Quet. Govan started out by selling drugs to Smith, pills more specifically. But that's not the only thing that Govan did. Govan chose Smith. And Govan chose him to do a job. Govan also chose Justin Johnson, another co-defendant, to do that same job. A job that ended in the life and death of Adolph Thornton Jr. He chose two desperate people. Smith, needing money, needing to support his family. Justin Johnson, an aspiring and up-and-coming rap artist that wanted to be on CMG's label, the very label that Govan had access to and was affiliated with. Smith will also talk about a meeting at Govan's house. The people present at that meeting were Smith, Govan, Justin Johnson, and Anthony Mims, also known as Big Jook. Now, Jook is the number 2 person at the CMG label. Smith will tell you that Govan said that there was a bounty on Adolph Thornton's life. In fact, there were multiple bounties on PRE artists. Govan told Smith that there was a $100,000 bounty on Adolph Thornton's life, and that the money was good. The money was guaranteed if Smith and Johnson completed this job. So what did they do? What did the two desperate people do? They agreed. And Govan asked for a $10,000 cut from each of them. He chose to ask for this cut from each of them. And one thing that is important to note is that Smith and Johnson didn't even really know each other, but they knew Govan. Govan was the link between them. So let's fast forward to November 2021. Smith hears that Thornton and other PRE artists are in town. It's Thanksgiving time. PRE often hosts turkey drives at different locations across the city, so they knew that they were around. Justin Johnson picks up Smith from Smith's father's house, and they go hunting. They get to a stoplight on Airways, and at that stoplight, they see a special car pass through. And what is that car? A blue camouflage Corvette. Most people in Memphis know that there is only one person in this city that drives that car in this region of town. Adolph Thornton. So what does Smith and what does Johnson do? They follow that car. They follow that car. The car parks at Makita's cookie shop. And seconds later, Smith and Johnson pull up in a stolen white Mercedes, gun down, and kill Adolph Thornton Jr. in broad daylight. They get back in the car, speed off, but not before Thornton's brother, Marcus Thornton, fires shots and shoots Smith. So Smith and Johnson are in this stolen white Mercedes. But where do they go? They go to ditch the car. They ditch the car, and we'll hear from Sergeant Dabney that the car was left at 1174 Bradley Street, which they later found out is directly across the street from the defendant's home. After they ditch the car, Cornelia Smith and Justin Johnson go to an apartment complex to change clothes and clean up their rooms. Cornelius notices something. He doesn't have his phone. He realizes that he left his phone in the white Mercedes, the murder car that they left across the street from the defendant's house. So what does he do? He uses Justin Johnson's phone to contact his own girlfriend, Angela Arnold, and you will also hear from her. You'll hear from Angela Arnold, and you'll hear from Cornelia Smith that she picked him up from that apartment complex. When she picked him up, he told her what happened. He told her that he was hurt, and he told her that he was missing his phone. So what did he do next? Smith contacted Govan from Angela Arnold's phone and asked to meet so he could get his phone back. Ladies and gentlemen, there are copious amounts of phone records, and Sergeant Browning will testify that these call detail records will support what Smith is saying. And if that's not enough, Angela Arnold will tell you that she and Smith met with Govan after the murder so that Smith could get his phone back. But that's not where it ends. Smith will tell you that at that exchange, Govan gave him money to buy a car cover, to hide the white Mercedes, to hide the murder car that was parked directly across the street from his own home. Not only that, but the day before Cornelia Smith was arrested, he ran into Govan. Govan was concerned. Govan was worried that Cornelia Smith had not been paid. And so what did he tell Smith? He told Smith that he was going to go to Privé to make sure Smith got his money. Privé is a lounge and restaurant that's affiliated with CMG artists. Ladies and gentlemen, choices. A choice to get two desperate people to agree to murder Adolph Thornton. A choice to guarantee them money. A choice to ask for a cut of that money. A choice to help one of the killers get his phone back after the murder. A choice to make sure that one of the killers got paid after the murder. Choices. When you hear all of the evidence, and when you hear all of the videos and look at all the photos and exhibits, you will see the consequences of Govan's actions. Violence, death, loss. A man, a human being, taken from this world in one of the most shocking of ways, giving cookies for his family in broad daylight in his neighborhood during the holidays. At the end of this week, the state will be asking you, the jury, to make a choice. The defendant is charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree murder and first-degree murder. Last week in jury selection, we talked about theories of conspiracy and criminal responsibility. And once you have heard all of the evidence, the state will ask you to make a choice and find Hernandez Govan guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit first-degree murder. Thank you.
Switch the screen.
Y'all think? How was the opening so far? Let me pull a poll up. We're gonna keep it rolling. Keep it rolling one time for the one time. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, tap in, let's keep it going.
That's not me. I think the screen might have Right, but it went away.
What happened? Did that do anything?
Just turned off.
My bad, I didn't know they were doing all this. Let me skip forward a little bit.
Beth is also a lawyer representing Mr. Hernandez Govan. My name is Manny Aurora. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm here representing Mr. Hernandez Govan, along with our former IT specialist, Robert Wilson, who's also a lawyer, Haley Halty-Wenger, who's sitting in the white suit, and then also Beth Noble, who's in the black suit, as far as that goes. Last week, I talked to you guys a lot about first impressions, and the reason I mentioned that is sometimes the first impression can be wrong. I listened to a very beautiful, eloquent speech from the prosecutor in this case, and it sounds really, really good. But that's the false first impression, because you promised that as a peer of Mr. Govan, you would listen to everything. So let me share to you the rest of the story. This entire case is going to come down to the guy with the machine gun that shot off Adolph Thornton. The whole case is going to come down to him and then possibly his girlfriend backing up his story. Remember, Cornelius Smith has made at least 5 different statements to law enforcement over the course of a year where everything changes. He's then met with the prosecution at least 5 or 6 times to go over his testimony prior to testifying here today. So you should ask yourself the question when the judge instructed you, does somebody have a reason to lie? Do they have an interest in the outcome? You are caught red-handed on video, and you're about to see it in a second, taking an AK-47 or lighting it up at a cookie store in broad daylight. He's facing a mandatory life sentence, as I'm going to question him about. And I ask each and every one of you, what would you do if you were facing a mandatory life sentence to get out of it? Why would you need to make so many different statements if you were telling the truth? Because remember, the truth is the truth. You don't need to practice it. You don't need to remember it. It's the truth. So let's see who the government has gotten in bed with to try to prove their case against Hernandez Govan. Robert?
We do see that all over the place. We know how they do. They go and get people convicted of stuff and make them snitch on people. They don't care if they lying or not, so we'll see. do know that was them here though.
So the man you have to believe is the man who's capable of, in broad daylight, carrying an AK-47, going into a store full of people, and just, without hesitation, opening fire. And he's the one that's going to tell you that Mr. Govan did this, this, and this. Nothing that he says can be validated. The other thing the government's going to try to talk to you about is cell phone tower records. The expert that the government may call, or if they don't call him, I'll call him, will tell you tower records are inherently unreliable because it's not like on TV. There's a reason why all the engineers from the cell phone providers, T-Mobile, AT&T specifically, write in their letters they will not testify in court because of the unreliability. The other thing you have to know, and Robert put up the slide, within a 10 square mile area of where all this happened, there are 553 T-Mobile towers. 553 just from T-Mobile. And it's hard to see this because there's so many. There will be more AT&T towers. There will be this, essentially over 1,000 towers out there. And what the expert will tell you is, this isn't an exact science. Just because your phone pings on a certain tower doesn't mean you were there. See, towers get filled up, and you may have to transfer the next tower near it. All these people live within a couple of mile radius, so of course it's going to hit all these towers. But there is 553 just from T-Mobile within that area where all this happened. They talk to you about conspiracy and how Govan picked these two individuals. The state chooses to cherry pick a little bit here and a little bit there from each of the statements. But let me play a 5-second clip about how all this supposedly happened. I'm not saying it happened. I'm not saying Govan is involved in one way, shape, or form. But if you want to believe Cornelius Smith, the AK-47 shooter, and God knows how many other shootings he's done, and he'll talk about it, I want you to listen to this.
It was one day me and Angela was out riding, and I wanted some X pills, so I went to the courthouse to get the X pills from him, and Juke was over there. And when I walked in, there was one quick told Juke, this little seat right here, and my little Juke was like, is he don't know. First he said, take all the phones outside, you know. He ain't say my phone, he was saying quit phone, but I passed my phone to make it feel comfortable. So took the phones outside, and Juke was like, is he don't know how to get them, and he got us. And I can't recall like exactly when it was, but that's what he said.
All right. So the state just told you to your face that Mr. Govan picked out two desperate people. Cornelius Smith, if you are to believe him, says in his statement, I just happened to be going by Quet's house, Govan's house, to buy some ecstasy pills with my girlfriend. Juke happened to be there. He doesn't say Quet said a word. Juke says there's a hit on everybody, and I got you, and Juke says, take the phones outside while I talk to you. Assuming you believe any of that's true. And the reason I ask you if you think any of that's true is the police never went to question Juke, a.k.a. Anthony Mims, or Yogai, or any of the people with CMG. Never once even tried to do an interview. So this is as plain as day. Juke said do it. Quet didn't say anything. Quet lives in the poorest part of Memphis in Orange Mound, sells a few ecstasy pills to make a living, and hustles with some sports gambling. He's a nobody, and that's why I asked you about the peers. He's a throwaway that they can blame. Why did they not talk to Juke or anybody else with CMG? Ever. Now, Juke ended up getting killed in 2024, 2.5 years after the fact. Never arrested, never talked to, never interviewed, never pursued, never surveilled, nothing. The judge also told you, when you assess credibility, you need to look at how well you remember this thing. Cornelius Smith cannot even tell you when he was propositioned to go kill somebody. The shooting happened in November 17, 2021. And the best the police can say is that this meeting, where it just randomly happened, as Cornelius himself has said, was sometime between August and September, 3 months prior to the shooting taking place. 3 months. He will tell you there's no plan. All he was told by Juke was there's a price on their heads. And that's kind of funny because when the cops, if they testify honestly, will tell you there have been multiple attempts on Mr. Dolph's life. Twice in Charlotte by other folks and once in Los Angeles. Everybody in Memphis knew there was a price on their head because there was a war between PRE and CMG. They were shooting each other. Yogati's car was shot up here. The song 100 Shots came up after one of these things. There's a rivalry going on and people have been shooting. The police went through this. They know this. They also pulled YouTube videos where people are openly threatening to kill Dolph. It's in their slideshow. You know what they call their investigation? Operation Cookie Monster. That's how tasteful this whole thing has gotten with these folks. I'm sorry, my arms are shaking because I'm so furious that we're here as far as the trial goes. So the other thing the government hasn't told you when we talk about first impressions is, for weeks prior to the November 17, 2021 shooting, nobody called Govan, talked to him, did anything, be it Justin Johnson or Cornelius Smith. What Cornelius will tell you, which the government didn't tell you, is that morning, it was Cornelius's daughter's birthday, but he gets a call from Justin Johnson and says, I got a car, let's go do something. They get in the car and they start driving around, just looking for somebody to kill. They just happened to see Young Dolph's car going by, and they opened fire, and they killed him. And the interesting thing is, even though nobody communicated with Govan for weeks prior to this, they didn't talk to him that morning. He didn't help him get the car. He didn't help him escape. He didn't tell him what to do. He didn't tell him where to go. He didn't do anything. It was a spontaneous issue between two young men that morning. They shot him. And you know why there's no plan? Because they just start calling random people after the shooting. They don't call Govan. They have to go someplace to get bandaged up as far as that goes. The people that help them, never been charged as accessories to anything. They then get rid of whatever they need to get rid of. They left the car across the street from Govan's house on the middle of the street, in front of the street. So if there's some master plan, that may be one of the dumbest plans you could possibly have if you're going to kill the most important person, the most famous person in Memphis, as far as that goes. Again, there were no phone contacts for weeks prior to the shooting, especially in the morning. Govan wouldn't know that the Mercedes was used. The only way anybody finds out is social media blows up right away, and multiple people start calling Justin Johnson, including Govan, who knows him, because the word's out that Justin may have done this. Trayon Ingram is another word you'll hear. He actually carjacked the white Mercedes and then gave it to these gentlemen to use in the shooting. He's not charged in this case. He's not even charged with carjacking. But he happened to pick up another murder right after this happened, and so now he's in custody for the other murder that he committed. Perhaps when making first impressions, you would have wanted to know that. I thought about going over at least one of Cornelius's statements in his lives, but I think it's just a little too much. We would be here for about 2 hours going through everything that he said has been inconsistent, bald-faced lies. In fact, you know how somebody's lying? Because in his first interview, that lasted a little over an hour, 32 times he told the police, trust me, I promise, I swear to God, I wouldn't lie to you. 32 times he says that before answering one of his questions on one of his first interviews after he's caught. And after he's caught, his girlfriend gets questioned because they ran down the license plate numbers, all that stuff with the cars. She lies through her teeth on December 14th of 2021, says, I don't know nothing about nothing. Because Cornelius had talked to her and trying to make up a false alibi. See, where's the plan in all this? See, if I have a plan to go kill somebody, we have a place to go dig something far away. I have people that can cover for me as an alibi. I don't make random phone calls. And so Angela, who knew nothing about this, according to her, picks them up at the location where they're getting bandaged up for being shot, drives them around town, helps them out. Of course, she's not charged. She initially lies and denies everything. The police then come back and say, we're going to charge you if you don't tell us the truth. And so on the 17th of December, 3 days later, she comes back. But what the police don't know at that time is Mr. Cornelius Smith has called 4 of his family members to reach out to Angela to get the story straight. Because he keeps saying on the jail phone calls, find out what she said, find out what she said, find out what she said. And then on the 17th, it comes back, and they're talking to her. And she says, well, we went over to that house sometime in the past, just like we talked about. She doesn't know anybody. She said, I can't think of his name. And the interesting part is, the officers say, is it somebody named Q? And then she says, oh yeah, it's Quet. Remember the phrase Bobby Carter that they mentioned? Bobby Carter also lives on Bradley Avenue with good friends with Cornelius Smith, and they buy pills together and do ecstasy pills together. And the other thing Angela Smith says is, Govan brought us the phone after the fact. How is that part of any plan or anything else? They called and said, give me a phone. The interesting thing about that is if it's true and you believe her, there would be fingerprints on the car. The police fingerprinted it, DNA'd it, did everything. Cornelius' fingerprints are there. Trayon Ingram's fingerprints are there. Kirsten Garner, the other guy that worked with Tran to steal the car, his fingerprints are there. There's DNA in there. There's blood in there. But nothing with regards to Govan. They found the car 3 days after the shooting took place across the street from Mr. Govan's house. Has nothing to do with him, didn't touch it. So if he didn't do that, how does he open the door? And frankly, how do you get the keys to open the door? See, Cornelius doesn't give you the details. Did they lock the car after they left it? Or were the keys? He doesn't know about any of that stuff. So tell me how Mr. Govan got into the car and how he did it so beautifully, being dumb enough to take the murder car of one of the most famous people and say, let's just park it across the street, and then somehow magically wipe his prints, DNA, hair, anything out of that car while he's looking for the phone. You know why that is? Because he didn't do it. What you're going to hear from Trayon Ingram is Trayon Ingram, when he stole the car, left his backpack, his wallet, and some other things in the car, and he had Justin Johnson go get them. You will hear that from Trayon Ingram's own statement with regards to that car. This is why I talk about first impressions, because they always could be misleading, and in this case, patently false. When you cherry pick the evidence that you want to tell you, and then have the cameras rolling on a high-profile case to pressure you to commit a verdict of guilty, is patently unfair. And just because he's a nobody and doesn't have money like Gotti or Joke, his brother, who were never even questioned or charged, he's the fall guy on all this stuff. He didn't do anything. Even if you believe Cornelius, all he says is, I just happened to show up there, and he said, hey, this is Little C. Joke took over and started doing all the talking. Do you think that man could pay somebody $100,000 and you'd say, yeah, he's good for it. I don't need any validation. He's good for it. And interestingly enough, Cornelius' story also changes along with Angela's, because initially we were supposed to be paying $1.5 million. Then after another interview, it became $1 million. Then it became $500,000. Then it became $100,000. Then it became, we're going to split $100,000 between me and Justin Johnson. Then it became, somebody gave me $50,000 in a brown paper bag. Then it became, oh no, I'm wrong about that. It was after I was arrested, somebody gave my lawyer $38,000 in a bag to represent me. That's how many times the story has shifted as far as that goes. But the one thing that he does say is, after I got the money from Mr. Joke's people, it was understood that he was on that team. Again, Joke never arrested, never talked to, even though he says that's where the money's coming from. That guy doesn't have $1 million or $100,000 or anything like that. I may walk around wearing fancy ties, but he's indicted. The judge has found that. I'm here to help him, because people that are labeled as nobodies, I will not tolerate it. He needs to be fought for. He is your peer. We need to do this, right? Mr. Govan, stand up. Hold your head up high. Mr. Govan matters. You can't do this to people just for political gain, because you got to solve a crime because somebody famous died. It's just wrong. But you can sit down. We can't have a society like this where you base convictions on assault rifle people opening up fire on somebody. And you remember when I told you he couldn't even remember when that meeting was, that random meeting? The best thing he could do is remember that the meeting was sometime between when he tried to shoot Wu or somebody else. That's the best he could do as far as that goes. And so you have to believe that this meeting happened. For 3 months nothing goes on, and then one day it just happens. Remember I asked you about pork chops and chicken and all that kind of stuff, if you're going to do something, even if you have a plan and it changes? If you believe any of that, he didn't have any plan. If you have a plan, you have a place to go. You have a place to hide out. You have an alibi built in. None of that happens. None of that happens. And Mr. Cornelius Smith is going to get up here and tell you, I want to bare my soul, I want to come clean, I want to do all this other stuff. You know I call BS on that hard, because when he tells you that, he will, because he's testified to it before, that he wants to bare his soul. He wants to make amends. Then ask yourself, why for 4 years didn't he just take a guilty plea and take his life sentence and start making amends? He still hasn't pledged anything. His lawyers in negotiations with the government. There's, quote, no deal, but you know, we do good things out of our heart when we're caught dead, red-handed murdering somebody, because we don't want any benefit by coming on the stage and telling you whatever you guys want to hear. 6 times with interviews, 6 potentially more times with the government, more interviews. The truth doesn't change. You don't have to remember it. You don't have to practice it. You don't have to rehearse it. It is what it is. And this is not the truth. I think I mentioned it in jury selection, but responsibility for your actions goes both ways. There's going to be a lot lacking in this case. For example, you'll hear about a lot of cell phone records and who may have called who. But the full-on analysis was never, well, I'll just leave that for the expert. It's all coming down to Cornelius and possibly where somebody's phone might have been. You don't know what they said, if they even talked, or if as a friend you're calling somebody after a shooting, because everybody starts calling everybody within minutes after this, as social media blew up after this happened. You all know it. You all heard it. Everybody knew about it. Govan is your peer. He deserves better. We shouldn't be here. High-profile TV cameras or not. Sympathy for a young man who's a musician, whatever he was. Nobody deserves to die. But you don't compound the problem by blaming innocent people for it. And even if you don't want to believe he's innocent, you want to believe Cornelius. They sure as heck didn't prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt. I talked to you guys about that like the British system. It's either guilty or they didn't prove it. So I'm asking you to at least at a minimum say he didn't prove it in about 3 or 4 days from now. Thank you.
The state calls Erica Govan.
Look like they hopped straight into the first witness. What y'all think? Let me see. I said 25% said that she did bad. 75% said she did good on the opening statement for the state. And then, so far, 50% say just a little better than the state. 33% say not good, and 17% say good.
Can you swear or
Appreciate
affirm
y'all
to tell the
participation,
Yes.
family.
truth? Have a seat, watch your step, please.
Look like they about to get into the first witness now. Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe, tap in, share with a friend. Let me skip past the extra.
No individual. Could you state and spell your name for the record, please?
Erica Thornton, ERICA THORNTON.
And do you know an individual by the name of Adolph Thornton Jr.?
Yes,
How do you know him?
my brother,
If you were to see a picture of Mr. Thornton, could you recognize him?
of course.
No objection.
Your Honor, may I have personal witness?
Wait, thanks for it.
Ms. Thornton, is that a photo of him?
Yes,
Okay. Your Honor, we ask that this photo be entered as the next numbered exhibit into evidence.
No objection.
This is a photo of a young man in with glasses, black leather jackets, and headphones, and has been identified as Adolph Thornton Jr. Will mark this as exhibit 1 to this year.
Thank you, Your Honor. And may I have permission to publish this hearing?
You may.
Thank you. And Ms. Thornton, when was the last time you saw your brother alive?
the last time that I seen him alive was Labor Day of 2021.
And after that, you didn't see him alive anytime else?
Face to face, we had like FaceTime calls prior to, well, after Labor Day, but yes, we had FaceTime calls pretty much every day. So the last time I communicated with him was the day before he was killed, November 16th.
Okay. And on the day that he was killed, do you remember how you found out?
Yes,
How did you find out?
my sister called me.
Give me 1 moment. And Ms. Thornton, you said that the last time, or the day that you learned something had happened to him was November 16th?
No, I learned that something happened to him on the 17th.
Okay.
The day of, the 16th was the last time I had a conversation with him via FaceTime.
Okay, so November 17th, 2021, that's when you learned something had happened to your brother?
Yes.
Okay. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
I don't have any questions. I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you, Ms. Thornton. Step down, watch your step, please.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Williams?
State will call roll. Hopkins.
truth?
Yes.
Seat, watch your step.
Good morning, Mr. Hopkins.
Good morning.
Could you state for the benefit of our jurors who may be taking notes, could you state your name and spell your first and last name?
Raul Hopkins, RAULHOPKINS.
And I am going to ask you to speak up.
Yes, ma'am.
That's okay.
Yes,
We want to make sure that our court reporter can hear you and our jurors can hear you, okay?
yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hopkins, do you know an individual by the name of Adolph Thornton Jr.?
Yes, ma'am.
How do you know Mr. Thornton?
From the neighborhood.
Okay. And you know him from the neighborhood, how long have you known him?
Some years. Probably about 20-some years.
And other than knowing him from the neighborhood, did you have any other relationship with him?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Thornton? What did Mr. Thornton do for a living?
He was a hip-hop artist.
Okay. And did you provide any services to him in relation to being a hip-hop artist?
Yes, ma'am. Security.
Okay. And how long have you done security for Mr. Thornton?
7 years.
What was Mr. Thornton's, you said he was a hip-hop artist. Was he affiliated with a certain label?
Yes, ma'am.
What label is that?
PRE.
I'd like to pass forward a picture and see if you recognize the picture.
No objection.
Do you recognize that picture?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that picture of?
Picture of the chain is labeled PRE.
Ernie, if we could have that into evidence as to this.
No objection, Your Honor.
This is a charm that's of the three letters P-R-E. We'll mark this as exhibit 2 to the trial.
Commissioner Colichon.
Yes, ma'am.
Again, Mr. Hopkins, could you explain to the jurors what we're looking at here?
That's his chain, PRE.
Okay, and what did PRE stand for?
Paper Route Entertainment.
Did he have any issues with other labels?
Yes, ma'am.
What label was that?
CMG.
And what does CMG stand for?
I really don't know what it stands for.
All right, CMG. Well, let's go back a bit. Who are some of the other artists that are on the PRE label?
Several artists that they have is on this label. A guy named Kenny, a guy named
Wu?
Yeah.
Okay.
We just have a lot of different artists on the label.
Okay. And would Wu be the same person as Paper Route Wu?
Yeah.
And the label you mentioned, CMG, that he had conflict with, that Mr. Thornton had conflict with. Who are some of the artists on that label, if you're familiar?
The only one that I knew of was the Young Dolph.
And there were conflicts, is that correct?
Yes.
But what was the origin of that conflict?
Really about music. Maybe a diss song here or there.
Did the CMG ever at any point want Mr. Thornton, professionally known as Young Dolph, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Did they ever want Young Dolph to sign to their label?
Yes, ma'am.
Would that be the beginning of their issue?
Could be. I
Okay.
don't know.
Did Mr. Thornton or Young Dolph ever sign to their label?
No, ma'am.
He had his own label, PRE, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Were there any acts of violence between these individuals, PRE and CMG?
Yes, ma'am.
Was that before or after you became involved as the bodyguard?
It was after.
Tell us about the first one that you remember, the first incident that you remember.
The first incident I remember was in 2015.
And I'm asking you to speak up as well.
It was in 2015. We was in Charlotte. We were sitting in the Sprinter. We had just went upstairs. There was two more individuals that was in the Sprinter, came running up, saying the Sprinter just got shot up.
When you say Sprinter, it's like
Sprinter Bank.
Yeah, Sprinter Bank.
Yes, ma'am.
You are where now?
I was upstairs.
No, what city in Charlotte?
Oh, it was in Charlotte.
In Charlotte.
Yes, ma'am.
So the Sprinter van was shot up.
Yes, ma'am.
Was Mr. Thorne in the van at that point?
No, ma'am.
Where was he at?
We was upstairs.
But you had just gotten out of the Sprinter van?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you learn of anyone who was responsible for this shooting?
They said something on the news, but really don't know who actually done it.
What was the next incident that you recall?
Next incident was in 2017 in Charlotte.
And it was again in, you said Charlotte?
Charlotte, yes,
So
ma'am.
Charlotte twice?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell us about that incident.
I wasn't there, but from what I known, that his SUV got shot up.
And who are you saying he? What he?
Like Young Dolph.
Young Dolph
Yes,
SUV.
yes, Young Dolph SUV got shot up.
And was he hurt?
No, ma'am.
Was there another incident? Or do you know who was responsible for that?
No, ma'am, I don't.
There was another incident. What was the next incident?
2018 in Los Angeles, California.
Were you present for that?
No, ma'am.
Did you learn about what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you tell us about what you learned?
No, I was at a baseball game. Somebody called me and said, Young Dolph just got shot in California. And that's how I heard about that.
And did you then go to California?
Yes, ma'am. I went there the next morning.
Okay. You know who was possibly responsible for that incident?
No, I don't.
Let's fast forward to.
All right, I'm gonna keep that timestamp. They back live, so I'm gonna skip past to that, and then we'll come back to where we was at before to this dude. But I'm gonna skip past to the live. They live right now.
Mr. Govan.
Yes, ma'am. Before we left the way,
We ended up, you and Justin were leaving Haven Court Apartments or Tulane Apartments.
yes, ma'am.
At some point as you were leaving, did you contact Mr. Govan?
Yes, ma'am. Before we left the apartment, I actually contacted him about getting my phone at the car. That's when he told me to meet him where he get a car wash at.
You also mentioned that
Please turn cell phones off.
Okay.
you also mentioned, I'm sorry, that you mentioned something about cleaning.
About the glass that the window had got shot, had shattered in the street by the house, by his house.
But you all hadn't contacted him to let him know that you had had the hit, right? That you made the hit on call?
Nah, we told him that when we talked to him at the apartment, you know what I'm saying, he knew that we had just handled the kids on dog.
He knew that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And what did he say to that?
He was like, he was saying about the glass, like, you know, we got to get rid of the glass, get rid of the car, basically. Get rid of the car. We got to burn the car up.
That's what he told you, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so you leave out of the apartment complex.
Yes, ma'am.
You get in the car with Angela, as we saw on the video.
Yes, ma'am.
And from Tulane Apartments or Gospel Gardens or Haven Court, whatever the name of the apartments are now, you all head where?
Oh, I stopped, got me a cigarette. Then I had headed to Pressure to meet Mr. Govan.
You made it to Pressure World. You're still in the car with Angela, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You made it to Pressure World. And where is Pressure World?
On Lamar.
Okay. So you were at Pressure World on Lamar. How far is that from where Mr. Govan lives?
A couple minutes, around the corner, he ain't far.
You get there. Is he already there?
Yeah, he was already up there. I jumped at the car, and me and him was having one-on-one discussion. He was saying that he had heard that Dolph had shot one of us, because I told him I was shot. He was like, I heard Dolph shot one of y'all, and y'all blood on the scene. He was like, did y'all have y'all face masks on? I'm like, yeah, we had our face masks on, and stuff like that. And I got my phone from him, because I had to go take my dad to work with it. And me and Angela had spurred off after that, and went to pick my dad up. He called me back again. I'm like, man.
Oh, no, hold on, slow down. I know you got a lot you need to get out.
My bad, my bad.
We're going to have to slow it down. We can yellow like this, you'll
My
see.
bad, my bad.
Slow it down. All right, so who was he that called
Mr.
you?
Govan. Mr. Govan.
Okay, he called you back.
Yeah,
He called you back to Pressure World, or he called you back on the phone?
Nah, he called me back on the phone and was telling me to slow up before I leave from my dad's house, because he wanted to meet me over there or whatever. he was finna pull back up and ask me a question.
Okay. At any point, did he mention paying you your money?
Now right then, he was just saying that, he was gonna give me my money. Right?
When was he saying this?
He been said that, like, that pressure where it was like, all right, we're gonna get that money, you know what I'm saying? Like, basically.
And I'm not sure if we mentioned this before, was Mr. Govan to get a cut of the money?
Yes, ma'am, I supposed to give him 10,000 at my cut.
Okay, was Justin supposed
And he
to-
told me Justin supposed to give him 10,000 as well, so I was like, I agree to get the 10,000, because he put me on the list, like, I hired you to do this, so, give me a cut of it. So I'm like, all right, I agree with you.
All right, so he called you back after you leave Pressure World, told you slow up, you want to meet at your dad's house?
Yeah.
Did he ever come to your dad's house?
Yeah, he pulled up. When he pulled up, he jumped out. Now the conversation, I really forgot what we were talking about right then, but it was concerning what just happened or whatever. But I like, man, give me a couple of dollars right quick so I can give me some more pills, because he said he ain't had none, and I was shot, so I needed to numb up, you know what I'm saying? He gave me a few dollars, then he left.
He gave you what?
He gave me about $30, $40, then he left.
And that was the same day that happened?
Yes, man, it was like an hour or so later.
Were you still with Angela then?
Nah, she had left and took my dad to work for me. I stayed back so I could talk to him.
Did you see Mr. Govan anymore after that day?
Yes, ma'am. Later on that night, I pulled back up at his house. He was on the phone with Justin at the time, and Justin was...
Justin?
Yes, ma'am, Justin Johnson. And Justin was talking about cash out for him some money so that I could get another wound kick, because I was bleeding bad or whatnot. I pulled up over there, he gave me a few pills or whatever. And,
He gave you some, he had pills in
Yeah,
you?
he gave me some extra pills.
Okay.
Oxycodone, now he gave me some extra pills or whatever.
That was going to help with your wound?
Nah, that was because I had to get up the next morning, early that morning, and go get a car cover. He gave me some money to buy a car cover as well. You know, to cover that car that was sitting across the street. You know, he like, first he kept saying we got to bring the cover. But, he said, he gave me the money to go get the car cover or whatever.
When did he give you the money?
That night, he gave me the money.
The night of?
That night before.
It's a lot of nights.
The same night, the same morning, the car got discovered. The night before that, he gave me the money, because I went to AutoZone that morning, got the car cover. And I was going to wait till he got dark to put it on the car, but they discovered the car.
So, but he gave you the money the night before?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's talk about what else happened the night before.
The night before the car was discovered?
Yes.
I had went and wiped it down or whatever.
Okay.
I went and wiped it down. I had called him and told him that I was going in the backyard to wipe the car down. So he wouldn't, shoot at me or nothing like that. He'll know where he is in the backyard or whatever.
Even though he lived across the
Yeah,
street?
even though you know what I'm saying? 'Cause,
I know. What
well, I'm saying like this, in the streets, you watch us around it basically. So, you see some funny stuff, you get, kind of street life we live. You'll get kind of scary and you get to shoot things somebody after you. Then what it just happened, Young Dolph, you got killed, so, you had to be aware of everything.
So, did he give you the money when you went to wipe the car down?
Nah, he didn't give me the day. Well, I probably got the dates mixed up with him, but the day that the car got discovered, the night before he gave me that money to get a car cover.
Okay. When was it, if you can remember, when you said you went to wipe the car down?
It was a couple days, like around the same time I got the car cover, if not the same day,
Okay.
I wiped the car down trying to get the prints, make sure one of the prints on
All right, when you were wiping the car down, what were you wiping the car down with?
Some like little cleaning supply stuff. I can't tell you exactly what I put on it, but I had a rag, had stuff sprayed on the rag, and I just went and wiped it down.
All right, now was this rag soaked? Like,
Nah.
dipped it in some products, or you just
Nah,
sprayed
I just sprayed some stuff on it. I just sprayed some stuff on
Do you remember what it was?
it. Nah, I really don't.
And was it daytime or nighttime?
It was nighttime.
Okay, it was nighttime.
I ain't do nothing daytime.
It was nighttime. Could you fully see the car that night?
It was in the back, like somebody had pushed it all the way in the back out, like parked it all the way in the back. So
When you all dropped it off, was it in the same place it was?
nah, it was like in the front of the driveway.
Okay.
That's why he
When
was.
you all dropped it off, it was in front of the driveway?
Yes, ma'am. It was parked up close where you can see it could be spotted east,
Okay. But when you went back, it was...
pushed on to the back.
Do you recall if y'all had keys to the vehicle or Justin needed?
Justin had the key to him. Mr. Govan kept asking like where the key was so we could move it and burn it up somewhere else.
So it was nighttime, the car was pushed towards the back, and you were wiping it down. You were shot in your right shoulder?
Right shoulder, yes,
Is
ma'am.
that your dominant hand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So did it present any problems wiping down things?
Nah, it really, like, I did the best I could, you know, being shot and all, I did the best I could wiping it down.
Now you do know your prints when you eventually found on the car.
Yo, I didn't do a good job, so.
Okay. All right. Did you let Mr. Govan know that you had wiped the car down?
Yeah, I called him when I was walking in the pickup to let him know that, you know, I was finna go back there and wipe the car down.
And what did he say?
He said, all right, bro. All right.
So another night or another day or so, you were asked to get a car cover.
Just fine.
When did he provide you the money for the car cover?
Like, the night before, I went and got it the next morning. Like, in between midnight hour.
And how did he provide you with the money?
For cash money?
Cash.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. He provided you with cash. Had you ever bought a car cover before?
No.
Did you know where to go get one at?
Yeah, I knew where to go get a car cover from.
Okay, and did you look it up or figure out which store?
Nah, it was AutoZone close by, so, you know, I know AutoZone sales my joint.
Okay, they see, okay. So is that where you went?
Yes, ma'am.
You went to AutoZone. Yeah, what color car cover was it?
Now, that part I can't tell you because it never made it out the box.
It never made it out the box. Why didn't it make it out the box?
Because they had discovered the car, and I was like, since they discovered the car, take this junk back and get the money back and just buy me some more pills.
Did you, when the day that they discovered the car, did you speak with Mr. Govan then?
Nope.
You don't recall speaking with Mr. Govan?
No.
You speak with Mr. Justin Johnson?
No, I ain't speak to now one of them that day when they discovered the car. I ain't talk to nobody.
And how did you know that they discovered the car?
Facebook, the news, and stuff like that.
So,
Well, that morning, like, before I went and got the car cover, I spoke to Mr. Govan, but, like, after they discovered the car, nope, I ain't talked to him. I just,
the morning of, so what did you talk about the morning before they discovered the car?
that car cover and stuff.
You talked about
Trying to get that car covered up and get rid of it, basically.
Why did you need to speak with Mr. Govan about you
He
going?
was the one saying that we need to get rid of that car. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was right there, and he was like, you know, he ain't want them talking to him about anything if they discover the car, because he gonna tell them to get what Willie Mass said, or he get back to his game.
So the day the car was discovered, you did not speak with him any more afterwards?
Not after the car was discovered.
All right. Did you speak with him any more after that?
Yes, ma'am. December the 8th, 2021. I was going to get me some pills, going one way, and he was coming up another way, and he looked through the mirror, his windshield, I mean, and blew the horn. And I pulled over, he pulled over, and he got out the car. He was like, thank God. He was telling me that he been getting shot at and stuff, and he asked me have I spoke to Mr. Justin Johnson, because they had ran in Justin Johnson's house the night before or whatever. He showed me some things on his phone, and he was asking me, did I have a number he could get in touch with me on. He told me I need to get rid of my phone. I need to get rid of that phone, is all he was saying. And he was like, he was going to go to prepay that night and get my money. And he was going to call me. He asked me for a number, and he was going to call me.
Did he ever call?
Now, the U.S. Marshal was on me the next day. I was in jail.
He didn't have a chance to.
Nope.
Okay. So you said the next day, so that would be December 9th of 2021?
Yes, ma'am. December 9th.
What else sticks out about that day?
December 9th. It was my daughter's birthday.
All right, it's a different daughter's birthday that was on
Yes,
the day?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It was my daughter's birthday. I had took her some cake and ice cream to school, and U.S. Marshal was trailing me the whole month.
And you were eventually arrested?
Yes, ma'am. I was arrested.
Did you have your phone on you that Mr. Govan told you to get rid of?
Yes, ma'am. I had the phone on me.
Okay. Did you have more than one phone?
Yes, ma'am. I had Miss Angela's phone on me as well.
Well, did you have another phone? Did you get rid of the phone that Mr.
No,
You never got rid of the
no, I
phone?
never got rid of the phone.
You never took your
I
phone?
gave it to my children's mother, like, after I saw the U.S. Marshal trailing me,
Okay,
I gave it to my children's mother
that's one.
and left, yeah.
And to your knowledge, police got that phone from her.
Yes, ma'am, they got a warning in her hand.
Got the phone. How did they know she had the phone? Or do you know?
Well, I guess.
I'm not gonna ask you to guess.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. They did a pin with it. I don't know.
Okay. But they did get the phone out of
I
her.
did get the phone.
And you didn't speak to Mr. Govan anymore after that. Now, you were promised.
Hold on for a second. Was that a yes or no? I'm sure it is.
No, ma'am, I didn't speak to him no more.
So, as part of this, you were promised that you would receive $50,000, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever receive that money in your hand?
No, ma'am.
Once you were arrested, was the money ever gifted to you or?
Not
provided?
directed to me, but it was provided for lawyer fees.
And do you know about when that was?
I just can't. No, ma'am, I can't recall. But it was after I was locked up at 201.
So your knowledge was Mr. Govan locked up at that time?
No, ma'am, he wasn't locked up at the time.
So you were arrested December 9th.
Yes, ma'am.
You were charged with charges you're here for that you have now.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you promised anything for your testimony?
No, ma'am.
Do you hope to receive something from the testimony?
I'm praying for it, but I wasn't promised. Like, I've been asking for a bond. I wasn't promised nothing.
And you've spoken to prosecutors.
Yes, ma'am.
You've spoken to me a few times, right?
About two, 3 times. So.
Everything happened here in Shelby County?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll pass the witness, John.
What up, welcome, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, tap in, share with a friend.
Mr. Cornelius, my name is Manny Aurora. I'm the lawyer for Mr. Govan.
Yes, sir.
Have we ever spoken before?
No, I never spoke to you.
Earlier today, about 10 o'clock, the jurors were excused for about an hour. Did you have to talk to your lawyer before you testified today?
No, I actually speak to my lawyer.
Okay, did you talk to your lawyer?
No, my lawyer out of time.
All right, did you talk to one of his associates?
Yes.
And is she the one sitting in court right there still?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
All right, and during the course of that hour, did you talk to both the DAs one more time before you took the stand?
This one?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So in that hour break between 10 and 11, you talked to your lawyer about whatever, it's privileged, and then you talked to the DAs about your testimony.
About my testimony. They would just ask me was I ready. Yeah.
Okay. So let me get this straight. You're telling the truth here today, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so why do we need to talk to your lawyer before you testify if you're telling the truth?
Because when I came to court on the first, I didn't see my attorney. So I've been trying to talk to my attorney. Since I've been coming to court, I haven't saw my attorney for one time. So I've been trying to talk to my attorney.
All right, but your attorney's already negotiated a proffer settlement for you with regards to that, right?
No, he did.
He didn't do that.
No, he didn't tell me that I got nothing on the line or nothing. So I'm trying to ask what's going on.
All right, so if your lawyer didn't tell you anything, you're totally on your own, cooperating with the government, hoping you can negotiate some kind of deal with the government?
No, I'm just keeping it real because they already know. Everybody else already made statements and told their part, so I'm telling the truth too.
Okay. My point to you is before testifying here today, you asked to talk to your lawyer about whatever you talked about.
So he said everybody else snitched, so I might as well snitch too.
Then the government lawyers went in and talked to you, and then you testified.
I asked to talk to my lawyer because I haven't saw my lawyer since I've been coming to court, sir.
Right, so I'm trying to ask you, what is there to talk about? You knew why you were coming
I'm
here
trying
for.
to see what's going on, sir.
Right, going on. As to why am I brought to Shelby County? You didn't know you were going to testify in a trial today?
Yes, I did, but I'm trying to see what's up on my behalf, like me and him talking, like on our terms.
Okay. And you know the ladies came and saw you at the jail a couple times, as you said, 2 or 3 times.
2 times.
In the last week, right?
Nah, they talked to me like last week, then like a week or 2 before that, and then just picked up 3 times and talked.
And prior to that, you talked to an ADA named Hagerman about 5 times. You remember a tall white guy that's bald?
Yeah, I remember Paul.
Okay, and you talked to him about 5 or 6 times?
I don't know, I can't tell you exactly how many times I talked to Mr. Paul, but I talked to him.
Okay. And to the police, you made at least 4 statements, if not more?
Nah, I ain't made no 4 statements to no police.
All right, did you talk to him in December after you got arrested?
Yeah,
Did you talk to him again at least in March of 2022 after you got
I
arrested?
talked to Paul then.
Okay, that's the prosecutor, right?
Yeah,
And he had the cops with him?
yeah.
Okay. So you get arrested on December 9th. You're indicted on January 2022, just about a month later, right?
Right.
Then you have your lawyer, and you go talk to Paul along with the other cops in March. Is that right?
Right.
Okay, and then you talk to him again after that, right?
Yeah.
You remember talking to federal prosecutors in August of 2022 and making a statement.
I don't know who I was talking to, and I don't remember like what time it was, but
Okay.
yeah, I talked to him.
All right. And you remember when you previously given statements, you acknowledged you lied to the police throughout this process, right? You denied everything. And you opened
No,
up.
I ain't say throughout the process. I didn't say that.
Okay.
When I first spoke to them, when I first got him locked up December the 9th, I was intoxicated. So, you know, I really didn't want to talk. Like,
Okay. So you are now telling me that on December 9th, the police illegally questioned you while you were drunk. They didn't wait for you to
I
sober
didn't
up.
say they illegally pushed me. I said I was intoxicated. And I said I would talk to you, so, but I talked to them, I was intoxicated.
Okay. Your arrest is made by the U.S. Marshals. And so you would have been intoxicated at the time the Marshals arrested you?
Yeah.
And this is in the daytime, right? During the day?
Yeah.
All right. And so you're really close to your daughter's birthday on the day they arrested you, but you're drunk. Is that right?
Now, let me check this out. This had it went. I saw them trailing me. U.S. Marshals were trailing me. They used to follow me the whole morning from the time I got up. After I saw him, the next day they was on. I
Okay.
saw them trailing me. I went and got cake and ice cream for my daughter. I dropped Angela off at work. I dropped her cake and ice cream off at the school. Then I went to my children's mother's house and dropped the phone.
Okay. When did you get intoxicated?
Early that morning.
Okay. So
Like
you
I already had me some pills that night. From that night on, I already had pills and stuff.
Okay, let's go back. The night before you got arrested, let's just presume you got arrested on December 9th, 2021. You started taking pills that night.
Yeah, I went to sleep, but I had me some pills to wake up on.
All right, who did you get the pills from?
Someone else.
Okay, got a name? You don't remember, do you?
Nah, I don't want to put their name out there.
Well, we're telling the truth now, remember?
Yeah, but
It's all
they
open.
not on trial though. They not in this. They ain't got no part. They just sold the pills. So I ain't finna put their names out there.
So you got some pills the night before, and you stayed intoxicated through the whole day, or did you drink some the
No,
next morning?
you don't drink on pills. You don't drink alcohol with oxycodone. I ain't say nothing about drinking. I said I pop pills. That's my choice of drug.
Okay, when people say intoxicated, maybe I misunderstand.
I was under the influence. I'm gonna say that again.
All right. Did you take pills in the morning to stay under the influence?
Yeah, I woke up and popped me some more pills. I was shot already too. You know, I was shot too.
I understand. So you took the pills, but even though you're intoxicated with the pills, you know enough to go to the grocery store, to get cake, get balloons. Then in your intoxicated state, you go to your daughter's school. Apparently the teachers at the school don't mind you being intoxicated, so you drop off all the stuff for the party. Then you leave some more. You're not intoxicated enough to realize that the marshals have been following you all morning because you're sharp enough to figure that out. And then prior to them stopping you, you're smart enough to ditch the phone with your child's mother. That's what you're telling me under your intoxicated
See, I've
state.
been taking them so long to where pills don't do me like they probably do you, and I could be aware as well.
Right.
And then after I saw the U.S. Marshals on me, I did go to a Family Dollar and get some Tylenol PM and took some of them too.
Okay. All right, so let's go back to the story for the day. You get up, you pop some pills, you go to the grocery store, you go to the school, then you see the marshals. Instead of being worried about the marshals following you, they just leave you alone. You go to the Family Dollar to go buy headache pills.
They ain't just leaving me alone. They were trailing me, trying to see exactly where I was going, what I was doing. They would track me the whole time. From the time I got
Why didn't they just stop you if they saw you? And you're clearly
They
wanted
trying
to.
to-
You're on the cause for speculation.
They stopped you near your child's mother's house, right?
No, they stopped me in Mississippi. I put them on the little, I left. I just put them on the little trail. They ain't put no lights on me till I got in Mississippi.
Okay, so was it a high-speed chase or you just kept
Nah, I
going?
don't know how speed chase, because as soon as they put South Haven police behind me, and South Haven police put their lights on me, I pulled up, and the marshal was right there.
All right, so we've talked about intoxicated, so you were smart enough to say, I'm going to get out of Memphis, have them chase me across state lines to Mississippi, and you remember specifically
They
South
didn't
Haven
chase
police
me.
got you.
They didn't chase me. I just drove, and they were following me. They were trailing me the whole time.
Okay.
So I just went on to South Haven, Mississippi, and they followed me and put South Haven police behind me. I'm all cop.
All right, so in your intoxicated state, you went in this Sunday drive, essentially, where you saw the marshals trailing you. Then you were smart enough to recognize South Haven police was also involved. Is
Look,
that right?
this how I am. I'm from the streets, so,
Yeah.
you know, when you driving, you pay attention to all your mirrors. You know what I'm saying? So I pay attention to these cars following me. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that if they was some hitters, they would have pulled up on me and just shot the car. You know what I'm saying? So I went ahead and went on to Mississippi. When I was in my baby mama's apartment, matter of fact, they pulled up 5-6 cars deep, number 10 and 1. So I knew they were police.
What kind of cars were following you?
It was Jeeps, all kind. You know how the marshals ride, you know.
Well, marshals usually have those big SUVs and Suburbans, but you're saying like a Jeep Wrangler?
They had Jeeps, they had all kind of cars.
Okay,
They was in unmarked cars, tinted out.
all right. So I'm going to try to go this slowly. If there's anything you don't understand, just ask me to repeat myself, okay?
Yes, sir.
I have no quarrel with you. I respect what you're trying to do. I just want to ask some questions,
I ain't
okay?
got no problem. I respect what you're trying to do too.
When we first started this morning, you had mentioned you'd been shot twice and you were losing a lot of blood. Is that a yes?
Yes, sir.
And you said it was gushing everywhere out of your arm. You had to get medical care.
No, I got a wound kit. I never went to the hospital.
Understood. But you used the word a lot of blood everywhere. Is that fair?
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay. So as you're bleeding with blood everywhere, you got into the Mercedes to make your getaway.
Yeah. I didn't even recognize I was shot at the time when I was in it. It's like, man, like when I got in the car, I didn't recognize I was shot.
But you saw you were bleeding.
No, once we pulled out
Okay.
and he shot the window, that's when I know I had a hole in my. I wasn't bleeding then.
Okay. When the car left, as it's leaving, Makita's Cookies, you get shot in the arm.
I don't know when they got shot. I see it there. I don't know when exactly. What point I was shot at, I don't know. But once we pulled out and we was driving crazy, that's when Jesse said he was straight. And I looked, I'm like, dang, I'm hit too. And I kept asking him, was he okay?
So obviously at some point when you're shooting your AK-47 into the Makitas, and backing up, the other guy comes out and then at some point he grabs an AK-47 and shoots at you. You had to have been hit somewhere along that point, right?
Yeah, it was so bad, I don't know when I got hit right here anyway. I can't tell you when. I didn't feel it.
Okay. Can we agree that after you got shot twice in this part of your leg, which is a heavy bleeding part,
I was straight right here.
it was straight, so that shot didn't bother you?
And the bullet went in me right here and was in my back.
Okay, because when you were walking, you didn't look like you were limping into the apartment, so that's what I was asking you. Did you get shot in the
Yeah,
leg too?
straight right there, straight right there.
It's just a straight.
Yeah.
All right, the one that lodged in your body, that blood is just gushing, right? You've got an open wound in your foot.
Gushing, but you know, because I've been shot before, so I know not to panic. Long, long bleed out my mouth, I ain't gonna panic.
Right.
So I know how to control it.
Mr. Cornelius, I'm not trying to ask you difficult questions. Were you bleeding heavily from the gunshot wound in your arm?
Yeah, you gonna bleed heavy. You gonna bleed.
That's all I'm asking.
Yes, sir.
And as you're bleeding, you're sitting in the car going to Bradley's seat where you dropped off the car. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there will be blood in the car. I mean, you're bleeding heavily.
Nah, I'm sitting up. I'm sitting up actually, man. And I got on a pullover sweater, you know, and I'm not panicking, so the blood I'm not panicking. Because I'm making sure Mr. Johnson okay as well, because he said he was hit. But he come to find out he was straight.
But if you're bleeding heavily, but there's no blood, is that what you're telling me?
Your Honor, I'm going to object. He's answered this about 5-6 times.
I just want a simple answer to a simple
And
question.
he's answered it to the best of his ability.
He's answered it a couple times.
Was there blood in the car once you got out?
Nah, I wasn't looking to check. I wasn't trying to see whether no blood. I'm moving fast, trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, we'll go with that. And you mentioned that Justin had the car keys, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, so when you guys dropped off the car, Justin got into his SUV that he left across the street from Mr. Gomez.
I got up and jumped in the SUV on the video, so I was driving the SUV in them cars.
I'm not talking about the apartments. Remember when you dropped off the car? Let's focus. when you guys dropped off the white stolen Mercedes,
Right.
you said across the street from Mr. Govan's house,
Right.
you and Justin got out of the car.
I got out the car to move the truck. You had to move the truck out the yard first to pull the car up. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so you did that.
Yeah.
Whose truck was it?
It was Justin right here.
All right. Who drove the truck away over to Two Lane Apartments?
I did.
So that white SUV that we saw you were driving?
Yeah, that was me.
Okay. You don't know who struck that?
No.
All right.
It was Justin like here.
All right. You drove the Mercedes into the driveway.
No, I did not. I can't drive two vehicles. I jumped out the Mercedes to move the white truck.
But
But
if you-
Justin parked the Mercedes. He was driving, as you saw in the video.
All right. So even though you couldn't drive too good, you drove the SUV to Two Lane
I said I
Apartments.
couldn't drive too good. I ain't
You
say-
just did say that.
I said I can't drive two vehicles, two cars
Okay.
at one time.
All right. So did Justin have the keys to the Mercedes?
Yes.
Okay. So he does whatever with the Mercedes, takes the keys, you guys get into the SUV, you drive it away to Two Lane Apartments, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to get into the AutoZone. I know you don't remember, but the car was found on the morning of December 20th, 2021, which is about 3 days after the shooting, okay?
December the 20th.
I'm sorry, November the 20th, 2021. We'll work with that, right? You're now saying that the night before, which would be around midnight, I think you said, of the 19th, Mr. Govan gave you some money for car cover?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you said around midnight or so he did that, right?
Yeah, in between that time.
Okay,
Many hours.
all right. You mentioned at one point that he paid you with Cash App, and then at one point you mentioned he
I
paid
ain't
you
say
with
nothing about cash.
So these jurors didn't hear the word Cash App come out of your mouth at
I
all?
said he paid me with cash.
Okay.
He gave me cash to go get the car covered.
Did he ever pay you any dollars with Cash App?
No.
Okay, so he gave you cash. Did you go get the car cover?
I went and got it, but I didn't go inside the store myself.
Okay. So now let's go back. So you're telling me when this happened, on the night of the 19th, you were with your girlfriend,
Yeah.
Angela?
Yeah.
Okay, because you didn't mention that when they were asking me the question. So let me
What
get this
you
straight.
mean? What you saying?
On the 19th, the night before the car was discovered, you cleaned that car, right?
Yeah.
Angela was with you when you were cleaning the car?
She wasn't with me. She dropped me off.
All right, where did she go?
I told her buzz loop, buzz block, right around. So I
Okay.
called and told her to come back.
All right.
She wasn't with me.
So you said you called Mr. Govan to tell him that you were going to clean the car so he wouldn't shoot you, right?
Yeah.
So did he come out to visit with you?
No, I ain't come out.
Then how did he give you the money that night to go get a car cover?
I went back over there. I ain't say it might have been that same day now. I said it might have been the next day, but I went over there, get some pills. Or it might have been later on, because I went over there to get some pills or whatever. Stay up, some extra pills, once again.
Right,
And
but
he
you
gave
understand,
me the money to get the car covered.
you understand, we're running a little bit out of time because you told us under oath that he paid you on the 19th of December of 2021 in the evening hours around midnight.
Then I said it might not have been that day. It might have been the next day. You know, it might have been like I probably had the days mixed up. Like the day before, I probably went and wiped the car. Then on the 19th, he gave me the money for the car cover.
Well, see, there's a little problem with that. The
What's
car
the
was
problem?
found on the 20th that morning.
Okay,
So if you wiped the car down the night before it was found, that would be the 19th. You'd agree with me, right?
exactly.
And if he also paid you at the same time, that would be the 19th, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you
But the
got...
time, like the time of what time, like exactly what time these took place, what I can't remember it.
But it was all at night.
Yeah, like midnight, early morning.
Okay. And you went to the AutoZone to buy that night, and you just...
Nah, I ain't go that night. I went that morning to get that thing, that car cover, because I wasn't finna put it up. The AutoZone ain't no 24-hour AutoZone where we get nowhere.
Okay. What time did you go to the AutoZone?
So they open up early in the morning.
So like 7 in the morning.
Can't tell you exactly what time.
Okay.
I'm finna see that light.
Who'd you go with?
Me and Elsa.
All right, so now you've got Angela involved in covering up the murder, like hiding evidence, right? She's helping you get this?
I ain't ever involved with doing nothing. She wasn't hiding nothing. She wasn't doing it. Nope, not finna lie like that.
All right, so when she picked you up at Two Lane Apartments, what happened to your clothes?
What happened to my clothes?
You have the bloody clothes.
We had changed down at 2 Line Apartments.
Where'd you get the clothes?
We got them 2 Line Apartments.
But from who?
Whoever that was. I don't know that girl.
So they just had something to fit your size to wear those
Yeah,
clothes?
you see, when we went in and we came out, you see, before Angela pulled up, we had on different clothes when we came out.
Okay.
You see that on the video.
So you remember that part, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You went to the AutoZone. You ever been to an AutoZone yourself before?
Yeah, I had cars.
Security cameras everywhere, right? At the AutoZone?
I don't know about all that.
All right. Would it be out of the ordinary? You've gone auto parts shopping before. You said you've been there before, right?
Right.
All right. Do most businesses that you frequent have surveillance cameras?
Of course.
All right. So your car, what car was it that went to the AutoZone that morning?
The SUV that picked me up.
So Angela's car.
Yes, sir.
So if I was to call AutoZone to get surveillance, I could easily see the car coming and go.
Yes, sir.
All right, and if I went inside, I could easily be seen on the surveillance cameras because they have it for shoplifting and all that. Angela would be front and center, right?
I ain't gonna say front and center, but I told her to go get the car code.
All right. And
Go
so,
get a car code, universal car code.
all right. And so, if it's around 7 in the morning, she used cash to buy it. You get a receipt even if you use cash, right?
Right.
Okay. So if I wanted to double check, say I'm a really good detective and I want to figure out what's happened, I could easily go to AutoZone, pull the footage, ask them for just their receipts from between 7 and 8 that morning, who bought a car cover. I could very easily validate what you're saying, right?
Of course.
Okay. We agree on that. Thank you. With regards to Mr. Govan, you talk to him almost every single day, right?
What you mean?
Like you would hang out at his house.
Yeah, I go through the grab, few pull up on him.
Yeah, I mean, you talk to him pretty regularly, right?
Yeah. Right.
So if you say, hey, he called me or he did this, you could have communicated with him for any reason. We have to take your word for what it is that you guys talked about, right?
When you talking about?
Well, I mean, you're a little vague on the date, so I'm just asking you, if you met him that summer,
I'm a little big on the date.
a little fuzzy on the date.
Oh, yeah. I've been locked up about my 4 years.
Right, but you've also talked to the police over the course of the 4 years, especially in the first 6 months.
But
And then
not
you-
like this, not like...
Right, I know, because there's pressure here when you're a girl, but I'm saying, and you've also
Ain't
talked
no
to...
pressure. Because I'm telling the truth. Ain't no pressure. I'm being
Your truth is your truth, I understand. You've talked to these people about 9 times, essentially, the government lawyers, right, prior to testifying here today.
I can't tell you exactly how many times I talked to them, sir.
Okay. You mentioned during your testimony that you actually never communicated with Jook, is that right?
No, I never communicated. Well, I did, to be honest with you. I had, like, after they found the car or whatever, and, man, I wasn't talking to Justin or him. So I had inbox on one. Well, I forgot what it was, and I'm like, man, I'm go man homeboy, man. I need to holler at you, because I'm trying to get my money. You know what I'm saying?
So who were you communicating with?
I was inboxing Juke, like, man, this Govan, little homeboy. Like, really, I ain't want to say this was Govan hired, you know what I'm saying, to handle the bidding. I'm like, this Govan homeboy, I need to get up with you, because I'm trying to get my bread.
All right, so when you said inbox, is that an email?
I forgot what I had. Hit the man up on. I forgot what it was.
Okay. And the reason I ask is you didn't want to give up anything or do anything, but earlier, when you first met Jook, you said Mr. Govan introduced you as Little C, the guy that done the shooting of Wu, so we already knew you were a shooter. So why would we need all the cloak and dagger if you're trying to reach out to Jook?
Nah, because look, this had went, man. After the shooting or whatever, after they discovered the car or whatever, Justin had got with me and was like, man, look, man, Juke saying that he'll get with us on his own terms or whatever, and don't trust Govan or nothing like that right now. You know what I'm saying? He was like, so in my eyes, there was so many crosses. You know what I'm saying? Like Justin had ran out with the cake or whatever, and I couldn't trust him. I couldn't trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I'm gonna take initiative on my own, and he Juke up on these little, I forgot it was Instagram or something. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, this Govan homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll get up with you. Really, I need my money.
Did you ever text Mr. Jook at all during the course of all this?
That's what I was saying, on a website, like on Instagram or Facebook, something like that. I forgot what it was. I ain't have his number personally. I could not contact him, like call his phone and say, Juke, where my money? No, I couldn't do that.
Okay. Could Angela do that?
No.
So nobody...
Angela ain't know nothing about no Juke or none of these. Like, no, she couldn't just get Juke up. She don't know him or Govan.
Just have this 1 second, Your Honor.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What?
Shout out to TSC while they getting their stuff together. Appreciate you for the support, family. Y'all show TSC some love, dropping some coins and some heart hand. Appreciate you for the gifted membership. Yeah.
We talked a lot about parking the car across from Govan's house, but you recall some hours ago you said your friend Bobby Carter lives across the street from Govan as well, right?
He stayed like across up the street, like close towards the corner with his mom.
All right.
And they called each other brothers. Him
Okay.
and Govan.
So your testimony to me now is when we told him whatever about Bobby Carter, that he didn't remember how they lived. Now you're saying Bobby Carter lives up the street.
He stayed across the street, but houses down from where they caught.
How many houses?
I can't remember, about 3-4 houses, close to what that is?
Bradley?
Nah, close. Bradley is the street they stay on. Close towards what's the Crossway Street?
I'm not from Memphis, I don't know.
It's been a long time. I ain't been out there. I can't tell you.
Right. The reason I ask is you also mentioned you just lived a couple minutes from Mr. Govan's house, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you live a couple minutes from Mr. Govan's house. Bobby lives across the street, some 3 houses down. And you and Bobby did the first shooting of Wu when you guys had a shootout with Mr. Wu. Is that correct?
Yeah, me, Bobby, Justin, and we got Mr. Govan gave me his gun.
Okay.
Gun.
So now Govan gave you the gun. I understand that. Was Treon Ingram also there for that shooting?
I don't know none of them folks. I don't know none of them.
How many people were there all together at the first shooting of Wu?
At the shooting? Or
At the shooting.
At the house, at Mr. Govan's house.
Okay. Let's try this again. You went with Bobby Carter and you said Justin was already there.
We all met up at Mr. Govan's house. And me and Bobby jumped in one vehicle, and Justin and another guy was in another vehicle.
All right. So when they asked you before, now there's a 4th guy that was going to do the shooting with you guys, right? It's you, Justin, Bobby, and a 4th person you don't know.
Right.
Okay. So you guys drove off and found Wu and had a shootout.
Yeah, he had told us Wu was at the house, Mr. Govan.
So Mr. Govan knew exactly where Wu was at the date and the time.
Well, Wu stayed there.
Okay, so did you shoot up his house?
Nah, like I said, the gun had jammed up. I was on foot walking up, and he was coming at the house. And the gun Mr. Govan had gave me had jammed up. And I had to duck behind the tree, and Bobby was trying to get to me.
Okay. Were you ever charged with the attempted murder of Wu
No,
by the state?
no,
But you told them that you tried to kill somebody and a gun jammed up, but they didn't charge you with a conspiracy
no.
or attempted murder or
He ain't
anything?
called no police, like, it was street stuff. Ain't nobody attempt, like, he shot back. Like, it was a shootout. After that, it was unity.
Well, with Mr. Dolph, though, that was a shootout too, because they shot back at you and they hit you
We
twice.
shot first, though. We shot first, so it really wasn't. We ran as they were shooting back. We were pulling off as he was shooting back.
Okay. In your statement to the police in March of 2022 and Mr. Hagerman, do you remember telling them that 2 masked men met you prior to your arrest and gave you $50,000 in cash inside a brown paper bag?
No, I ain't telling them nothing like that.
All right. You can tell them
told him I would.
Okay, you didn't tell them. Got it. At some point, money showed up for your lawyer after you got arrested. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. And then you were talking to the police, and they asked you what did the money mean, and you said it was understood that you were on Jook's team. Is that correct?
No, I ain't telling them like that.
You sure? Because I got it on video. So I'm just going to ask you again. Yeah, they said, is it understood what you were going to be doing that they paid for your lawyer?
Nah, I wanted my money. The hit already been done.
You're in prison, and $38,000 or $50,000 or whatever just shows up to pay your lawyer. Is that correct?
Yeah, the money came.
All right, and that came from Mr. Jook's
I don't know
CMG.
who it came from.
So it just magically appeared.
I don't know who it came from. Like I said, I couldn't call nobody. I don't know who it came from.
Do you remember talking to the police on August 10th of 2022?
Probably did. What was he?
Well, I'm going to show you what was said, and we're going to go through it. May I approach the witness?
You can give him
I want you to read paragraph 17 to yourself, and we'll have a handful of questions.
And Your Honor, can we approach, if you might have him put that down, please? Hold on for just a second.
See if we got a little TiVo time.
Well, isn't this a nice surprise?
Okay. Can I retrieve this back? Ask me a question. You remember talking to agents back in August of 2022? We established that, right?
Right.
All right. Who is Vanessa Covington?
My sister.
All right. And you stated to the police on August 10th of 2022 that you had Vanessa Covington, I guess her married name is Holmes, try to reach out to a lawyer for you, right?
Correct.
All right. And then she told you that we don't have any money, right?
Correct.
Her husband contacted a lawyer named Taurus Bailey, is that right?
Correct.
And that you told her that you needed to get word to Mims through Arthur Horn, attorney for Anthony Mims, correct?
Correct.
So you told your sister to reach out to Jook's lawyer, Arthur Horn.
No, I did not tell my sister that. I told the lawyer that.
Okay, so you told your lawyer, reach out to Jook's lawyer, Arthur Horn.
You get him money.
Okay,
But he didn't represent me.
all right. And so the lawyer did get some money from Arthur Horn.
Yeah.
And Arthur Horn is Jook's lawyer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then at some point, Mr. Bailey advised you that payments have been made.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be $50,000, right?
Supposed to be.
And there's no trail of it, it was just cash, is what he told you. You got paid cash.
Yeah.
Because Mr. Horn didn't want this coming back to him, so he just paid out cash to Mr. Bailey.
I don't know. I got paid. I don't know. Yeah, he got paid though.
All right.
When he got there.
And then Mr. Bailey backed out of your case shortly thereafter, and another lawyer came on your case, right?
The lady wasn't able to represent me because the judge went allowed me.
Okay.
At the time, the judge at the time.
So he's been paid full, either be it 50,000, 30, whatever it is, he's been paid. And then he gets you another lawyer, right?
Right.
And the same 38,000 in cash shows up for that lawyer, right?
Right.
All right. And you guys talked about that cash, and in fact, your lawyer, during this interview with the police in August, said, whoa, 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 this money's all documented and all that stuff, right? Your lawyer talked for a while trying to explain where this money came from, right?
I can't remember. I recall. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then one of the detectives also jumped up and said, now that they paid for your lawyer, it was understood that you were with them, or words to that extent.
What you mean? With what?
If I pay for your lawyer, wouldn't I expect you to help me out and keep your mouth shut?
No, not necessarily, because if you bring me a part of this, and then you know what I'm saying, like you make your statement to the police, and you hire me to do this and make a statement and turn me in, then you know, right, wrong. I might as well go with the same person that hired me and made a statement on me. I might as well just keep it real and tell the truth. This is who hired me, right? And then there you go. This is who brought me in.
Okay. When you tried, they asked you again.
I don't know joking them like this. I don't know joking.
Okay.
So I'm not with them.
When they gave you the money,
They didn't give me the money. I was locked up.
when they gave the lawyer the money, you think Mr. Govan came up with $50,000 in cash to pay the lawyer?
Objection, Your Honor, calls for speculation.
All right, we've already answered this. You said we know it can't be done. Your lawyer told you. I got it. So let's move from that to, was Mr. Jook ever interviewed by the police in this case?
I don't know.
You read the discovery in your case, did you not?
I ain't read all that. I ain't had a whole 1,000-some pages.
All right. So in here, when you said, I looked at the discovery after your March interview, and
I
that's
saw
how...
my part. I saw my part. My part was short.
Okay. Your part was short, even though you're the one with the AK-47 committing a murder. telling them about AutoZone, telling them about I went here, I went there. Let's go back. All right. You talked about pressure roll. You know pressure roll, right?
Yeah.
You know what it looks like. You've been there before.
Yeah.
Sometimes people sell drugs there.
I don't know, but I don't know what go on in prison the word like that. I can't say all this.
All right.
I can't say all this.
You said you've been to pressure. What did you go to pressure roll for?
I went up there with him to get his Mr. Govan to get his car washed before. And then I went the day of the shooting and I met Mr. Govan up there.
All right. So is it your testimony now, after I just asked you, you've been there before and you know what it looks like? You've only been there twice. Is that your
I
testimony?
can't tell you how many times I've been to get a car washed, sir.
Okay. You live in the same neighborhood as Mr. Govan, just a couple minutes away.
Yes, sir.
The pressure roll is just a couple minutes away from both you guys.
Yes, sir.
And you know what it looks like.
Yes, sir.
And you've been there.
Yes, sir.
Have you been there without Mr. Govan?
No, sir.
Okay, so is it fair to say then you're saying you've only been there twice in your life?
I can't tell you because I've probably been there 2-3 times with him. I don't know. I just can't tell you, sir.
Okay, so it was, I went there to get my car, he got his car washed. Why don't they, well, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I apologize. You went there one time with Mr. Govan so he could wash his car.
Get his car washed.
Okay. And the next time you mentioned it was to pick up your phone.
If you want to say that, yes, sir. I went back to pick my phone up from him at the car wash. He told me to meet him where he get his car washed because I already knew. So, I went there and met him.
And then there may have been other times you went to the car wash with Mr.
No,
Govan.
I'm not saying all this, sir.
Okay.
I'm not saying that.
When you go to pressure roll, you do notice there's cameras all around the building and there's only one way in and
I
out.
don't notice all this, but it might be.
Okay. So if I'm a good detective and you say I went to pressure roll, certainly they would have gone to pressure roll, seen the cameras, and asked for the surveillance footage, right? To
I
back
don't
up
know
what
what
you
they did, sir. I can't do their job for. I don't know. I can't tell them. I don't know what they did, sir.
All right. When you talked about when the meeting happened, was it just you and Juk when the meeting happened?
No, me, Juk, and Mr. Hernandez Govan, sir.
And was that planned in advance?
Nah, I told you I was just pulling up 5 pieces actually, and Juk was already over there. And Govan was like, we're going to see right here. You know what I'm saying? This is what we had to be the other day. And
Right.
Juk like, hold on, put them phones, you know what I'm saying? Can't trust you like that.
With regards to trying to figure out when this meeting happened with Juk, that's the first time you saw him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
First time I saw him.
And you just know Mr. Govan for a very short period of time prior to this meeting, right?
Right.
Okay, but Govan, even though you don't even know him, approached you and said you want to kill some people.
Nah, he said, paper I got hits on the head. Not you want to kill some people. Yeah,
Okay.
paper I got hits on the head. Bounties on it.
Right, so
This our turn.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Street. This
He
our
just-
turn. I always saying.
so is he doing a public service announcement saying, hey, there's a bounty on these people, or is he telling you to do it?
Like that. You don't do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You first you gotta figure a person out. So that's basically what he was doing, figuring me out. He said I was buying pills for him. So I probably need a little money because I get pills on credit or whatever for him. You know what I'm saying? And he saw me and Bobby tight, so he figured me out. Whatever. Like, you want to make some money?
Okay. And so this is a murder Mr. Govan couldn't do himself to make $100,000. He needed you to do it and maybe get $10,000 out of it.
I don't know what he could have did himself, but I don't know. I can't tell you all this, sir. He had a whole bunch of young guys around him, you know what I'm saying? So I guess he wanted to just send his own out,
So now he had a whole bunch of guys that he was talking to this about.
Nah, I'm saying he had young guys around, we'll come around, so,
So is everybody supposed to be told to go out and kill people and make some
I
money?
don't know, sir. I don't know, but I'm not going to sit here and lie, sir.
Okay, but now you're telling me that he had other young people out here and everybody knew that there was a price on
I didn't
Godz.
say everybody. I don't know who I knew, sir, but I know me, Bobby, Jesse, and the other guy. I don't know who I knew because I'm not with their little crew, so what they talked about when I went around, I don't know, sir. You know what I'm saying? I was Bobby's partner. I wasn't his partner really, but, once me and Bobby, he saw me and Bobby was, then he, started, trying to play a bundle.
All right. So a gentleman that you've just recently met decides he's going to trust you enough to tell you that there's a price on people's heads. And just like that, you trust some guy living in Orange Mound to be able to come through with the money based on his representation.
Nah, it wasn't even representation. It's just, when you hungry for some money, you would get out there and get your hand dirty, you know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I had already saw Jude, like after he told us, and we went on one mission, And Bobby clarified that, you know, his brother good for it. And Juke was over there when I met, and Juke clarified that our money was gonna be good. It had go time.
Right, but remember,
We done been to the club together and everything.
I get it, but
And
let's,
Juke was at the club too.
right, I understand Joe told you the money was good, but the problem with that statement is you'd already shot at Mr. Wu, so you said close to a month or so before meeting
Nah,
with
I
Joe.
didn't say no month or so before meeting no Juke. I didn't say that. It was a couple days later. When I pulled up and got them pills, it probably was the next day or 2-3 days later. I can't remember the timeline, but it wasn't no couple months.
So when you said 2 weeks, maybe a month,
Nah,
that was incorrect.
I didn't say that, sir. I didn't say that. It was like probably the next day I pulled up over there about the pills from the next day or two. I don't know exactly when. And he was like, here go the seat right here. This who put that work in, who shot at Woo.
All right, so if all this is already known and understood, why would Mr. Jook need you to take your phones out and then walk you through how much everybody's worth? You already knew all that.
If you want to be honest with you, I can be honest with you. Because they were saying that Mr. Govan was like wasn't straight or nothing like that. Was like informing and stuff like that. And, you know, they were saying he was police. So,
Okay.
yeah, well, all the phone got to go outside, you know, you talk around.
So let me back this up. You were told at the meeting that Mr. Govan could be police.
Nah, Bobby been told me that.
So Bobby told you.
And then the streets talk, you know, people in the neighborhoods were saying that, you know, he had got him popped and he had got him sent to jail and he was
Right.
setting him up and stuff like that.
So let's maybe go back to scratch. You just met this guy for a short period of time over the summer. Bobby's already told you he's a snitch, maybe works for the feds.
But you can't tell me nothing about nobody like that. If he ain't did no wrong to me, he ain't did no police stuff to me, he ain't police me, so I don't just take the streets say that about anybody, you know what I'm saying? They
Your
probably
friend-
saying it about me right now.
Your friend Bobby Carter told you that. Your friend.
An associate.
Okay.
I don't have friends, I have associates.
All right, your associate told you that this man that you just met is a federal snitch. You can't trust him, right?
Yeah, but people say that about anybody, man. You know what I'm saying? So, no, you ain't did no police stuff to me. Like, I ain't got no bad to say about you, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
You cool, you did.
So-
You know, streets talk like that all the time, associates or whatever. But he probably seen how me and him would get, and he ain't like that, so he come with this, man. You know, he police, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't listen to what people say.
All right, so let me just ask.
It's just like proving guilty to prove innocent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the problem we're having. So let me ask you some
Innocent to
questions.
proving guilty, however you get.
All right, so before you meet Mr. Govan, according to you, whenever that was, Bobby Carter's already giving you rumors, your associate, that he's a snitch, you can't trust him.
Nah, not before, after me and him start, you know what I'm saying, hanging out and stuff. You know what I'm saying, that was Bobby.
All right, so now you're saying Bobby told you he was a snitch after you guys started hanging
like,
out?
after he saw how our relationship was, this when he was like, you know what I'm saying, can't trust him, you know, that's why I feel that. He was like, that's why he want to take pause in it. Ain't none of this or nothing like that, you know what I'm saying?
So your associate, Bobby Carter, that introduced you to Mr. Govan, fell back because you didn't trust Mr. Govan.
Yeah, because me and Bobby had a problem too, though, so that's why
Okay.
I really didn't believe that he had put my towel on play and stuff, so I really just ain't believe everything people saying, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so now you and your associate, Bobby Carter, had problems as well,
I
so you
had
didn't believe
feel,
it.
yeah, so I was like really more around him than Bobby. I had feel big about because we had little different problems and stuff too. You know?
So the same guy you went shooting with, you guys had a disagreement, so you weren't friends anymore.
yeah.
So the car where it's parked, even though Bobby lives just a couple of doors down, we're going to keep saying it's across from Govan's house. It was actually in front of an abandoned house, right? 1 or 2 down from Govan.
What?
The car, when you guys dropped off the Mercedes.
It was right across the street at the abandoned house from his house.
Okay, which is 2 doors down, but on the same street from Bobby Carter's house.
Yeah, it's on the same side as Bobby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
On the same side as Bobby, but right across the street from his Govan house.
Did Bobby ever call you and say, why is there a fancy Mercedes sitting in front of my house with a busted window?
I wasn't talking to Bobby at the time. Bobby texted me and said, you niggas ain't gonna fuck with me. It's actually in my phone, so Bobby the one, I don't know.
When you talked to the police regarding the meeting, you said the meeting took place around the time Braylon Murray was murdered. You remember that?
Who?
Braylon Murray.
Who are they?
Go ahead, show them the other police. I want you to look at the highlighted portion of paragraph 9 of the debrief of the defense. You mentioned you've seen the discovery about you, so this is about you. You agree that the feds wrote up a long 6-page summary about your interview, right?
I ain't had it in my school.
Okay, so your lawyer, over the
Ain't get
last
out of my
3 years,
school.
has never shown you your own statement to the police.
No, I ain't get out of my school.
So you're basically telling me your lawyer is a complete buffoon that didn't share your own
No,
discovery.
I wouldn't say that about my book. I'm not saying it, because I told him I didn't want the rest of the discovery. So I didn't say that. I just said I didn't get all my discovery.
So you know specifically the interviews that you did with the police, maybe the most important thing, he didn't give those to you.
I didn't care to get all that. After this thick package came, I didn't care to get no more.
Can you hand that to him? Just read the highlighted portion to yourself, please.
I don't know what that is. What's me done?
I don't know. That's what the police said you wrote. You told them. CD, that was you at the time. That's the phrase, the initials they were using for you. Said the August 13, 2021. His meeting was around there, around the same time Braylon Murray was murdered. Right?
I don't know what that is.
Okay. Tell me, how many people have you shot over your career?
My career is not a career, for one, but I went to jail in 2011 for aggravated assault charge, and that's it.
Okay, but I'm just asking you, how many people have you shot? We've got Wu down. Who else?
I haven't shot Wu. I shot at Wu. It's a difference.
All right. Tell these nice people in the jury box, how many people have you shot at?
One. How many people have I shot at?
Yeah.
Wu, and I shot a guy in 2011, and Dolph. That's it.
All right.
I'm not a criminal just doing stuff like that.
Okay. Can I retrieve that, deputy? You got arrested on December 9th in that intoxicated state we talked about, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta say yes or no.
Yes, sir. I was under the influence.
Okay. The police still interviewed you on the 9th, is that correct?
Because I said I talked to him, because I figured long incriminate myself, they'll let me go.
Okay. And then do you remember your girlfriend, Angela Arnold, talking to the police on December 14th?
I remember. I wasn't there. I was locked up, but I remember.
All right. Do you remember calling from the jail on December 12th before she gave her statement to talk to her?
Yeah.
All right. Do you remember asking for an alibi from Angela so you wouldn't be mixed up in this thing?
Alibi? What you mean?
That you didn't do it?
No, I probably did. 9 times out of 10 I did, because, I'm trying to get out of it.
And then you also called Shay. Is that Letitia Jackson?
Yes, sir.
And you also talked to her on December 12th, talking about what exactly happened, that you were being charged with murder. Remember that?
No, I don't remember. That was my birthday, though, but I don't remember.
Okay. Do you remember being told that Angela went and talked to the police on the 14th of December?
Yeah, I don't remember.
All right. After that call, do you remember calling Uncle Ron and asking him to find out what Angela said to the police?
Yeah, I remember.
Okay. And aside from Uncle Ron, you also called your brother Quez to find out what Angela said to the police on the 14th, right?
I probably did.
All right. And then aside
Oh, there go Quez. Y'all remember Lil Mike and Quez? Finally found him.
from Uncle Ron and your brother Quez, you also called Shay about it, right, to contact Angela?
Probably did.
And then you, aside from Uncle Ron, your brother Quez, Shay, your child's mother, you also asked Kiana, your sister, to find out what Angela told the police. You have to say yes or no.
Probably did.
Okay. And do you remember your family telling Angela, do not go down to the police station to make a second statement?
What you mean, my family? Who is my family? Like,
Shay?
Nah, Shay my kid's mama. I don't even get along. So I don't know.
Right.
I don't remember that.
Bruh.
That would be the right front, the right left, excuse me, the right left side.
Deputy, could you show him the jail reported phone call from December 15th, 2021, right here, please? Please read it out to yourself. Just read it to yourself.
December what?
15th, 2021, I've highlighted it for you, where it says Smith said.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if I could retrieve that back. You remember telling your family, tell Angela Arnold not to go down to the detective's office until you came home?
Right.
That's a yes, right?
Yeah, I read it right there. I see it.
Okay. And then underneath it, you can look at it as well again. And you also tell Uncle Ron to go talk to Angela before she goes back to the police.
Yeah, I read it right there.
Okay. And then did you yourself on the 15th talk to Angela Arnold at 8:27 p.m. to talk about her interview with the police?
It was right there. I read it.
I don't want to.
I did.
Okay, well I know your memory
It
is
was a jailhouse phone call. Yes, sir. It's right there, black and white.
Just take a look at it because I don't want you to misunderstand any dates because I know it's a little iffy.
What date you said?
The top of the page will be the 15th. Could I get that back, deputies? So that day, you asked Angela to tell you what she's going to do because you wanted to figure this shit out. And you don't want her going down to the police until you get out so you guys can go with a lawyer. Is that right?
Well, I don't know. That part I know that, but yeah, till I get out.
Yeah. Okay. And then you also told her to say she doesn't know anything about it. Keep up with the false statement that she's already made.
Nah, because she didn't make no false statement, so, you know, she told them what she knew.
But on the 14th, she said she didn't know anything.
I don't know what she told them. I wouldn't nurse her, you know what I'm saying? But she told them she what she knew, and, you know,
Okay. So she had no idea that this was going to go down before it went down on November 17th, right?
nah, she ain't know till November 17th.
Right.
She ain't know till the day. When she picked me up, I had to go and tell her and keep her aware of what was what. And quick, I make sure it was too. Stay happy, man. Make sure she stay happy.
All right, but then you also used her to go buy the car cover at AutoZone.
Yeah,
2 days
that
after
was
the
fake.
shooting.
That was fake.
Right, but at that point, she knows she's hiding evidence, right, by buying this car cover to hide the car.
Nah, she didn't know she had no evidence or nothing like that. Under the green, man. She ain't know nothing about what she was doing or nothing like that. I just told her to go buy a car cover. She ain't know what car it was for.
Okay. So even though you guys committed a shooting in a car, you didn't tell her anything about it, just said go buy a car cover, and she was like, okay, I'll do it.
Nah, I told her I got shot and stuff. I said, man, just go in there and get a universal car cover for me. You know what I'm saying? She ain't know what car that car cover finna go on. She ain't know that.
You've just been shot 2 days earlier. She picks you up at a strange apartment that she doesn't live at, where you've got bandages. You tell her to go buy a car cover, and she doesn't ask any questions?
Nah, I told her, man. I did tell her that, you know, we just got into a little shootout and, you know, I told her it was a $1.5 million hit on Dolph. That's what I told her, you know what I'm saying?
Sure. So you told your girlfriend that you were going to get $1.5 million for killing Dolph shortly after that, right?
Yeah.
And then it became $1 million. And
No. I told her 1.5.
Okay.
But it was really 100,000. I never said no million. I never said no 200,000. Whatever you trying to get it. I never said that.
Like I said anything, I just got paperwork in front of me, so when Angela testifies, I'm going to ask her, she'll say that I agree with you, the $1.5 million was the first thing you mentioned, but you didn't mention to her $1 million.
I ain't say no better.
You didn't mention $500,000 to her.
No.
Right. Did you mention to her that you talked to Shay, your child's mother, and said you're going to use that money to buy a house for them and live happily ever after?
I ain't, because I ain't never said no stuff like that to Shay, man. I ain't say we were living happily ever after, man. I just said, you know, I was going to, you know, make sure if God would have, well, I ain't gonna say if God, because God don't bless evil, but if I would have got away with it and I would have got to do 50,000, I would have blessed my children's mother with about 10 so they could get to my house or something. And I sent that text message and they want to know we gonna be happily ever after and all that. Nah.
Right. Do you remember when another lawyer named Luke Evans, I think, was a lawyer, he asked you about that and you said, I was just running game on her, doesn't say anything. You ran game on Angela, right?
No, I ain't run game on them.
Who'd you run game on?
I ain't run game on nobody. Because my children's mother was going to, you know, get in, I was going to put them down in the house. You can't buy no house for no 40,000 or nothing like that, you know.
He's going to find it for me.
Yeah, you just running, you know, running games is like just telling them like, you know.
lying to them.
No, I wouldn't say lying. It's just, you know, man and women talking. She know me, I know her. She know I'm full of shit, I know she full of shit. Basically.
All right,
Just
so
put a smile on each other's face, laugh. Something to laugh about.
Deputy, could I have you looking at page 153, please?
I don't supposed to be here. I don't recall none of that. All I recall is going back to crib.
Could you let me read that page, please? Could I retrieve that, Deputy? All right. So the question was asked, Mr. Evans, but you're telling her you're going to buy her a house. Answer, I said that the day before, I said that the day before. Question, the day before? Answer, yeah, I tell a female a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like that, my baby mama. I was just trying to get back with her or whatever. I ain't just like, it's just game. You know what I'm saying? It's just game. It ain't about all, it's just game. So when I asked you that you were trying to get back with your baby's mother, and you said that to this other lawyer, that's a lie.
Well, no, because if it's right there, you know what I'm saying? If I said it then, how I feel that about her and how I feel then, different time.
All right.
Been 44 months, man.
I understand. And you don't want to spend the rest of your life in prison, do you?
I don't nobody want to spend the rest of their life in prison, but, I got to do whatever they give me to do. If they give me life, then it's just my life, you know what I'm saying? I did the crime.
Okay. So let me finish up this. So when he talked to you about the day before, yeah, I tell a female a lie, you know what I'm saying, like that my baby mama. I was just trying to get back with her or whatever. It ain't just like, it's just a game. You know what I'm saying? It's just game. It ain't all about all, it's just game. Question, so you're just lying to her too? Answer, I ain't saying lying. I ain't going to say that. Game and lying is two different things because, tell a person what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? You said that, right?
I just told you, yeah.
Right. And you're
Now,
lying.
how I feel about her now, how I feel being different. You know what I'm saying? Once again, same response.
I agree, but it's a very
So you...
eye-opening statement to me is tell people what they want to hear. It's just a game.
No. It's different from that. It's totally different, sir.
Okay. So when you said...
This ain't game right here. This shit real, man.
Okay.
Somebody lost their life.
Right.
This ain't game right here.
And you want to make amends for that, right?
I pray every day. Ask God to forgive me, you know what I'm saying? Ask that family to forgive me and stuff like that.
All right. It's been 4 years. Why don't you just take a guilty plea so the family didn't have to worry about it? You still haven't pled guilty to this case.
Why did I just take a guilty plea?
Yeah, they're going to give you what they're going to give you.
Yeah, they are, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to just keep it real, Same person that hired me, same person that, you know what I'm saying, kept it real with them. So I'm going to keep it real too, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know nothing about this. I ain't had no beef with paper route. I ain't into no paper route. I don't know none of them. Had I not met Mr. Hernandez Govan, and he told me about the hit on all their heads and stuff, I wouldn't be sitting up there, sir. I'd still be out there popping my pills, minding my business.
All right. With regards to after the shooting, you said you went to the car and you cleaned it at night, correct?
Yes, sir.
The car in which you were bleeding from your shoulder wound and maybe or maybe not from your leg wound.
Yes, sir.
All right, and you mentioned that you took bleaching peroxide and you wiped it
I
down.
didn't say what it was. I said I don't know exactly what, I can't recall exactly what I sprayed on. Clean stuff.
Give me a second, I'll show you the statement.
Okay. If it's there and I said, I admit it is there, but I don't remember. I can't just tell you, this is what I use right off top right
I'm just asking, how many people have you shot that you can't remember going to clean the car with bleach and peroxide?
I told you, sir, I ain't shoot nobody but a guy in 2011. Young Dolph. I shot Ed Wu and Young Dolph. I don't shoot people like that. I'm not that kind of guy. How many people have you shot, guy?
All right. You remember pulling a gun on your child's mother where she had to get a restraining order against you?
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay, you didn't shoot at her, but you just pulled a gun on her, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay. With regards to that Angela, you had domestic violence calls as well. As just a few months before all this happened, she called the police on
Am I on trial, sir?
Well, you should be, but you're not right now. So I'm asking you.
Well, why you bring up my criminal history?
Mr. Smith,
Yeah.
All right, and then did you also steal TVs and other things to
Yes,
go
sir,
buy
I did.
drugs
Yes,
after
sir.
you stole Angela's property?
Yes, sir, I did.
And you had domestic violence with her as well?
Yes, sir, I did.
But she's still dating you as of today after 4 years being in
Yes,
prison?
sir. You know, people go through their ups and downs. Every relationship do.
Okay. I'm going to refer to the state, page 158 and 159.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What?
Sorry, you're going to get your steps in, Deputy. Let's do this again.
No problem.
I want you to read the bottom of that page and the top of the next page. Could I have it back, Deputy? All right. So the question you asked, just trying to see who asked you the question. Luke Evans asked you the questions. It was actually twice. It was also asked on page 153. Question, all right. Now you said you wiped down this car. How did you wipe down this car? Like, what did you do? Answer, what you mean? Question, how did you wipe down the car? What did you do? You walked through the backyard, walked up to the car. What did you do next? Answer, I took a towel and, you know, I had like peroxide and bleach and stuff, and I wiped the car down. Question, peroxide and bleach? Answer, yeah. Question, and so you walked back through this yard and you had big things of peroxide and bleach in your hands? Answer, yeah. You trying to say how I did it with a shot arm? Then you guys go on as to how you would wipe that thing down. Remember 3 different times you talked about bleach and peroxide?
Yep.
And carrying big things of bleach and peroxide to the car?
I ain't say I carried it.
Question, and so you walked back through this yard and you had big things of peroxide and bleach in your hands? Answer, yeah.
I had it on towel. I ain't say I carried no beef. Because I remember him asking me, now you shot and you holding all this. No, I ain't do all this.
Let's do it again.
Again, I'm asked and answered several times.
It keeps changing.
We'll give him a chance to clear this up.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What?
And while he looking at that, big shout out to TSC dropping a gifted membership. Appreciate you for your support, family. Y'all show some love to TSC. Appreciate you, family. Much love, much love.
Thank you. I'll just ask you again. Question, and so you walked back through this yard and you had big things of peroxide and bleach in your hands? Answer, yeah.
Yeah, it's on that paper, yeah.
Okay. At some point in one of your interviews, you mentioned that Justin Johnson gave $500 to the neighbor next to your father's house along with a letter. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That happened, right?
Yeah.
All right, and the lady that lives next to your dad's house, is that Vivian Ferguson?
Yeah.
All right. And so she was given $500 by whom?
I wasn't there at the time, but I believe it was Justin Johnson.
Okay. So Justin Johnson arguably would have gone to your dad's neighbor, a lady that's like a grandma, Miss Vivian Ferguson, if I remember correctly, and gave her $500 cash, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay. And then at some point after the shooting, you went to Atlanta, right?
I was coming back from Atlanta when he had took that 500 as well.
Okay. I'm not going to ask if you know when the 500 went there because I'm certain it's going to be blurry for you, but after the shooting, you went to Atlanta.
Yeah.
All right. And then, arguably, when things cooled down, you came back and there should have been $500 waiting for you with Mrs. Vivian Ferguson, right?
Nah, I was on my way back from Atlanta when he gave her that 500. I was already en route back to Memphis.
All right. So she would hold the money for you until you
I
got
was
back.
just a few hours away.
Okay. You have any idea when that was?
Nah, I can't tell you.
Okay. With regards to when you met Justin, you told us repeatedly to the government that you met him through Mr. Govan. Is that fair?
Yes, sir.
All right. Do you remember making an intoxicated statement to the police on December 9th when you were arrested? That you met Mr. Johnson through another rapper that you knew as miscellaneous. It's like $MISC. You remember saying that?
No, I don't recall it.
Okay.
I was under the influence, sir, so I don't recall none of that interview at all. I'm just gonna be honest with you. On December the 9th, the day I got locked up, I was high. My mugshot said I don't remember nothing.
Okay, so let me back up that day that you got locked up. You were high, but you went to the grocery store, knowing enough it was your daughter's birthday to buy cake and balloons. You went to the school to drop it off. You then were alert enough to notice that...
Nah, I did say I went by Family Dollar, got a $10 fee.
I'm getting there. You were alert enough to notice that you were being followed by law enforcement, but instead of whatever, you decided to go to the Family Dollar to get some headache pills. You then drive through Mississippi or to Mississippi, and then you're alert enough to know that suddenly not just the unmarked cars, the Jeeps, DeSoto County Police was also following you, right? And then they stopped you.
They pulled me over.
They pulled you over.
They follow me. They come behind me. That's what initially made the stop to pull me over for the U.S. Marshals.
All right. Was this on the side of the road?
Yeah, they pulled me over on the side of the road.
Okay. And so, was this near your child's mother's house?
Nah, it was in Mississippi on Irway.
All right. Because when we talked...
State line.
Okay. When you talked with the government, you said you were able to get your phone to your child's mother, so you gave her some evidence, and the police figured it out. Was that before or after the police were following you?
And they were following me doing the whole time. I didn't know, but after I left my daughter's school, which was right around the corner from my mom's house, I tried to follow.
Okay, because you didn't tell when the government asked you what happened next. That now you're saying after the school, you remember in your intoxicated state, you drove to your child's mother's house and left the important cell phone with her.
Listen, after I left her house, that's when I went to Family Dollar and got the $10 fee on, because I knew they were following me now. When I was in her apartment, they pulled a 5-car deep. I was able to get on out of there. I went to Family Dollar, got the $10 fee on, and then I just shot on out.
Okay, so let me get it straight now. So when you went to your child's mother's house, so I have it, it is now your testimony that they were there 5 deep.
They pulled up 5-car deep. As I was out there talking to her, they were pulling in apartments, and I told her to move, and I pulled on up.
Okay. So as you're at the apartment, you see the cops, they somehow just let you get away? When
They were unmarked. They were U.S. Marshals. They was unmarked. I guess they were waiting on me to meet somebody, make a move. I don't know why they ain't get me right then.
Do you remember telling Uncle Ron, your brother Quez, and all that, prior to all this, that after it happened, that Govan is a federal snitch and he had put sort of a listening device in your jacket?
Oh, yeah, I remember saying.
Okay. You remember at one of your many interviews, they showed you photos of weapons that could have been used at the time of the shooting. You remember that? You had to identify photos that they were showing you of guns?
Probably, I can't get.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think this was one of the non-intoxicated interviews. I'm just gonna ask you.
Okay. Well,
One of the guns that they showed you, you said was Justin's and it's old. You remember saying that?
he was on a picture with it.
No, it was just a gun. They sort of did a gun lineup, I guess, if you were. You remember that?
I don't remember.
All right. You remember being shown an AK and some other handguns, and you said those were Angela's guns. You remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
Okay.
I remember being shown some guns, but I don't remember that.
All right. And it's your testimony under oath, even though you told the police that you met Justin sometime in the past through miscellaneous. You were too intoxicated, and you have no idea how that name came into your mind to say, I met Justin with miscellaneous, right? This is random thought
I
up
was
here.
under the influence, then.
Right.
I was under the influence.
I get all that.
If you ask the police to interview me, they'll tell you that they had to hold me up to go to the restroom.
All right.
So if you ask them to interview me, I'll say to take it.
All right. And so the first interview where you said miscellaneous did this, and you had a long interview with police. Not once did you mention the name Govan, right, in that first
I
interview?
never told them nobody did this. I never told them nobody did that. I never said like, and I never admitted to doing this or being a part of this or nothing.
I'm just trying to figure out, of all the people in the world you could have picked, you said I met Justin through miscellaneous. Why miscellaneous? How did that come to your
I
mind?
don't even know no miscellaneous. I'm just being honest, sir.
Okay.
I was under the influence.
All right. Do you remember writing letters to your sisters,
Yes, sir.
Kiana Smith and Vanessa Holmes?
Yes, sir.
All right. With regards to your letter to Kiana Smith, I guess you didn't think it was going to get seized. That was dated 3/3/22. That would be March 3rd, 22. You remember that? Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're basically saying that Angela's lying, LMAO. Angela said she was scared, blah, blah, LMAO. She's fucking with my life with her lies. You remember all that?
It was there, I wrote it.
All right. If you want to see it, I'll show it to you.
No, I know what y'all's calling escape.
Right, and you go on and on about her lying ass and all that other stuff. So the interesting thing there is, you talked to your sister about a separate case here in Memphis, in the Holly Bobo case. You remember that?
Yeah, when I was explaining my lawyer history, who my lawyer was, that would represent me or whatever, I was just telling them like his history,
Sure.
who he all represented and stuff like that.
Okay. And it says, he being your lawyer, he said that's the only way I will not do life in jail, and ECT Maine. What is ECT? Is that et cetera?
Yeah.
Okay. Maine just got $50K for this. He talking about one of the men in Holly Bobo case where they raped and killed her, period. He worked with them and they let him walk free. You remember saying that to your sister?
Yeah,
That if he...
I wrote it. Yeah, I wrote it.
So the idea was, this is in March. You're not intoxicated anymore.
No, I ain't intoxicated.
You're writing to her that if I work with the police, just like this guy that raped and killed a woman and walked free because he cooperated, that
Well,
was...
I actually don't know exactly what the guy did, and what role the guy played that he represented. So I really didn't, and I didn't know the case very well as well. So I didn't know what was the outcome. I don't know what to expect because I didn't know the role that. I just know he represented somebody on the case.
So when your family was reaching out to Juke's lawyer, Arthur Horn, and getting other lawyers...
My family didn't reach out to Arthur.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Let him finish his question.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to be accurate. Yes, your family reached out to Attorney Bailey, who then reached out to Arthur Horn on your behalf to get the money and all that. Got it. But then when Bailey pulled out of the case, you got the same lawyer that got the man in the Holly Bobo case off by cooperating, right?
Right. Yeah.
Deputy, could you show him this?
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What?
Yeah, I see.
Okay, if I could have it back, Deputy. And this is your handwriting, right?
Yeah, that's mine.
Okay. So again, I'll read it. He said that's the only way, I will not do life in jail. And then you said he talking about one of the men in Holly Bobo case where they raped and killed her, worked with them, and they let him walk free. That's what you were said to your sister about what you were going to do and what you expected to have happen, right? That was your expectation.
Yeah, I was saying what my lawyer had, you know, what my lawyer had did for their client, which I don't know that man role in the Holly Bobo case. I don't know what role he played in that case.
Okay.
So I don't know how he got to walk free. I don't know what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like what role he played in that woman jail for whatever. So I was just telling them what his history was.
Right, but you chose the one lawyer that you're talking about that said his guy to cooperate and he walked free on murder, and we're here on a murder, right?
Well, you got somebody to walk free before, so I didn't know exactly what my lawyer did. Like I was just telling them his history. You know
Okay, well, you know, how do you know that I've gotten somebody to walk free before?
I heard about you. You're a good lawyer.
Okay. I'm not sure how. We've never met, right?
No, we never met, but
I did ask to talk to you.
TV.
Okay, and I have talked to you. I did ask to talk to you through the jail and stuff several times, right?
Did you ask to talk to me?
Yeah. Did your lawyer tell you that I called multiple times to her to talk to you before trial and they said no, I couldn't talk to you? Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
Your lawyer didn't tell you that?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance.
It's okay, I'll withdraw the question. Can I just have a moment, Your Honor?
Shout out to y'all who hit the like button. So far, 50% say we got you, 12% say nah, we good, and 38% say maybe later. That's what's up, that's what's up. Appreciate y'all participation. And if you haven't hit the like or subscribe, go on and hit that.
You remember when I talked to you, it seems like a lifetime ago, where we talked about Goddard's Arthur Horn giving some money for your lawyer, and I asked you, are you on the team and all that, and you said you don't know what I'm talking about. You remember that? Okay, so I'm just going to play some audio for you. Sorry about this internet thing. I just want you to listen to it carefully and tell me if that's your voice.
That this was like, was the message given to you that like this is for you to be on their team and not talk?
Pretty much, but not really, but I guess by them making the payment, like this supposed to be like just be cool, but since I've been.
And as far as you know, since you've obviously had enough TV knowledge or whatever, since you know who I am, you know for a fact that neither Gotti nor Mr. Jook have ever been questioned by the police, right?
Yeah, I did.
All right. And I know Mr. Jook died in 2024, about 2.5 years after the shooting, but you're not aware of them ever being questioned, even listening to what I just played for you, right?
No, I haven't talked to, I can't contact Duke or Godz. I don't know them personally. None of them.
Okay. And so just before I sit down, we're not sure about the dates, we're not sure about the times. Basically, from this meeting until the murder, it's about 3 months is our best guess before you and Justin did it. The morning of the murder, you didn't call Mr. Govan, did you?
No, we talked to Govan the day before, like when we was already out that day.
Well, the reason I ask is, you didn't know what you were going to do that morning. Justin just showed up with a stolen white Mercedes, right?
Now we did. We knew they had turkey drive, like I said.
Not talking about turkey drive. When Mr. Johnson picked you up, he showed up with a white Mercedes. You didn't know he was coming with a white Mercedes, right?
Nah, I didn't know he was pulling up in that car.
Right. And you didn't know what guns he was going to bring.
No, I did not.
And you didn't know if you were going to see anybody that day because the turkey drive been going on all week, right? It's
Nah, we, like I said before, prior to this, it was the day before we was already out. So we knew that we was, you know what I'm saying, he already let us know, Mr. Govan already let us know, like, y'all gonna get some, and we like, we gonna get some, we ain't just selling now, we gonna get some now, we got money, we on the move.
And when you happened to see Mr. Dolph, since you said you're not familiar with PRE and all that, even though you shot at Mr. Wu some months earlier, how did you know that was him? If you don't know much about PRE, how did you know that was Dolph?
I told you, I listened to Dolph. I knew Dolph, that's the only one I knew of. I used to listen to him.
Well, the car that we saw is very dark tinted windows.
Everybody knows Dolph cars, all on the sign.
Okay, so he's got a G-Wagon, yes? If you know everything, then all his cars are...
Nah, like, all of them got like little military stuff on, but he was in there the day before at the gas station.
But you said when you got there you didn't see him.
Nah, but it was on the internet. It was on the internet.
Okay, so when you now say that Govan told you about these turkey drives, you have access to the internet where you live, right? And you can see all the Instagram blowing up that he's doing all these turkey drives on your own. You knew that, right? You didn't.
Yeah, we all knew that they were doing turkey drives.
Right, because it almost sounds like we're being a child, right? You commit a murder and you're like, Govan told me to get rid of the gun, or Govan told me to get rid of the phone, or Govan said hide the car. You've been a pretty good criminal until then. You know you're supposed to do these things, right? You don't need it spoon-fed from that guy to say, hey, maybe hide the evidence from the murder, right?
Actually, I didn't know anything about the hit until Mr. Govan brought me in. He the one hired me to do the hits or whatever. I didn't know anything about paper. I have no hit. I didn't know anything about Justin Johnson. I met all that to Mr. Hernandez Govan, who's sitting right there.
Right. And Juke was supposed to give you the money. And you met him, and he told you he would.
No, Juke wasn't doing all the talking. Mr. Hernandez Govan was doing all the talking, like I said. Juke was like, put them phones outside, and he was just like shaking his head, like whatever he was saying, like the money gonna be good. That was Mr. Hernandez was talking. He was like, you know what I'm saying, this little C right here. This
Right.
what he.
So the guy that you just met, that Bobby Carter, your associate, said might be a snitch, that's who you're listening to. Can we play this clip that you told the police? Okay, sorry, we have to switch computers, everybody.
He needs some milk. These nuts. Ha! Got him. Ha! Got him.
Your Honor, I apologize for interrupting the state earlier, but the state can talk the ears off a donkey. This continued filibustering has got to stop.
What up, Chan? My black is golden. I see you, family. Appreciate you
It was
joining.
one day me and Elgin was out riding, and I wanted some X pills, so I went to the courthouse to get the X pills from him, and Juke was over there. And when I walked in, there was one quick told Juke, this little C right here, and mine, Juke was like, he don't know. First, he said, take all the phones outside. He ain't say my phone, he saying quit phone. I passed my phone to make it feel comfortable. So took the phone and said, Juke was like, is it hit him out of here, he get him, and he got us. And okay, time, like exactly when it was, but that's what he said.
Thank you. You remember saying that when you had this run-in with Jeff just by chance, that he was doing all the talking about the hits? Assuming this is true.
Yeah, Govan was too. Mr. Hernandez Govan.
So what I'm hearing when you say it was
That's
just
me.
right, and Juk also knew that Govan could have been a federal snitch. That's why he made you move the phones
I
out.
don't know nothing about that because I don't know Juk like that. I don't know what Juk knew about Mr. Hernandez Govan, but that was what I had heard, that he was a federal snitch, and every time somebody said he'll shoot at him, so that's why I ain't believe him. So.
But you said earlier, about an hour or so ago, that even Juk knew about him being law enforcement, and that's why he made you take the phones outside.
That's what they said, but I don't know what Juk knew about him, because I don't know Juk like that, you know what I'm saying? But that's what I was assuming, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why he tell her to take the phone out. That's what I was assuming.
And you're familiar with CMG, right?
I know the artists, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know them personally.
With regards to knowing Dolph and his music, you've heard of the song 100 Shots, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you know people have been trying to kill Dolph for 3 to 4 years prior to this, prior to you doing it.
Yeah.
All right, and you know that CMG had people all over the country trying to kill him, Los Angeles, Charlotte, etc. You know that, right? You read about it because you're a fan.
Yeah, I don't know exactly who it was or nothing like that. I don't know, but I know they've been having beef. I know they were.
All right, and your Godz very successful, wealthy, all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So of all the people that they could have hired to kill the biggest name in Memphis, they pick some no-name guy that sells a couple of pills on Bradley Street in Orange Mound to set you up to go kill somebody instead of paying some real professionals what they're doing, even though he's been shot at repeatedly in other places, right?
Yeah. Come from Mr. Hernandez Govan, he was saying I ain't want nobody on their camp doing it, so that's why he had us
Okay.
on the team.
Yeah, Govan set it all up, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's how I met. That's how I knew about it. I ain't know nothing about it.
You didn't know nothing living in the streets, that there was a price on Dolph's head, and that he'd been shot at, even though you know
I
the
know
music.
he been shot at him, been shot, but I didn't know like to connect with Juk to talk about. I do it. No. I do it. People need to know. Mr. Hernandez Govan hired me to do the job.
I appreciate your time.
No problem. Appreciate you.
Darn, you have it, like, I need to check on something. I may have a couple more questions for Steve. We need a break from the break. We need to take a break. Let's stay in a brief recess.
Court stands in a brief recess. Jury following.
Absence of evidence is not the evidence. The absence.
Yo. Shout out to Cat Knott Williams with the raid, just in time. Appreciate you, family. We got some stuff we gonna catch up with from earlier, so y'all had a good time. We covering the Young Dolph. Let me cut this down some, but I'm gonna keep it running so we can hear when they come back. But I'm gonna just cut it down. All right. Shout out to everybody coming in. What up, family? With the Cat Knott Williams raid. Shout out to Aaron, Factual Live, Lady L, YP Comp Chick, Blue Eye Hillbilly, Champ My Black is Golden, TSC. All y'all, appreciate y'all coming in. So we're gonna get into real quick where we left off earlier. We left off with this other dude testifying, so we're gonna finish off where we was with that and get back to that for a minute. Appreciate y'all joining. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and tap in. Share with a friend. Oh, snaps, I'm tripping. All right, theater mode, boom, close this, okay. All right, let's get it, family. Appreciate y'all coming in. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, tap in, share with a friend. Let's get it, let's keep it rolling. Shout out to Cat.
Well, isn't this a nice surprise?
Ali B from Tennessee, what up, though?
November 2021. Did Young Dolph have his man
The absence of evidence is not the evidence. The absence.
What?
Yes, ma'am. Every November, he would do a turkey drive for the community.
And explain us what you mean by turkey drive.
He would go to several communities and give out turkeys.
And would he do this personally?
Yes.
Did he also have members of his label there as well?
Yes, ma'am.
In November of 2021, was he in Memphis doing that?
He was in Memphis, but he didn't participate in the turkey drives.
Is there any particular reason why he did not participate in the turkey drives?
He just told me he had other stuff he had to do. He wanted to make sure his artists was doing what they supposed to do.
And so how many of these different turkey drives would there be?
Before.
Before?
Yes.
Would they be all on one day or would they be spread out?
They be spread out. It was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And is this around a certain time? Is it, I mean, you mentioned turkeys. I always think of turkeys and Thanksgiving. Was this around Thanksgiving?
It was the week before Thanksgiving.
So, you mentioned about him being in town. Did he live in Memphis? Did Young Dolph live here?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So was he visiting that week?
And he came in because of the turkey drive.
When did you last hear from Young Dolph?
I last heard from Young Dolph, it was that Tuesday evening, about 7 o'clock. I seen him.
7 o'clock, a.m. or p.m.?
p.m.
You saw him?
Yes.
And did you hear from him after that?
No, I didn't.
What was the next that you heard of Young Dolph?
Was that Wednesday morning, about 11:30.
We're going to temporarily censor that part. What up, Cat?
And what did you hear?
That he just got shot.
Have you previously reviewed video from that incident?
Yes, ma'am.
Private passport, a flash drive? No, and you have to enter into permission.
Let's skip forward to the video part that they talking about.
Mr. Hopkins, can you read the date at the top of this video?
November 17th.
Do you recognize this vehicle that is coming into play?
Yes, ma'am.
And whose vehicle is it?
That's Young Dolph's vehicle.
Just a hot mess. Flush of the Gods, good to see you. Just a hot mess. Flush of the Gods, good to see you. Good to see you.
We could pause the video right here. Mr. Hopkins, do you recognize the individual in the photo, the video right here?
Yes, ma'am.
And who is the person in the video?
That's Young Dolph.
Still editing that clip, but what up, Cat?
We see a second individual coming out of the vehicle. Who is that?
That's his brother, Marcus.
Came to the coffee shop and shot that boy down. That's crazy. But yeah, the one that's on trial, the one on the thumbnail, that's the one who they saying made the hit, ordered the hit. Hernandez Govan, whatever, Govan, how you say his name? That's who they trying to say. Put the hit on
There
him.
is someone or something at the bottom left of the screen. I apologize. Our laser pointer is having technical difficulties at this point. But who is or what is that at the bottom left of the screen?
That's Young Dolph. I think that's his arm.
And actually, it sounds like they trying to say Yo Gotti put the hit on him, and it's the guy who took the hit and he paid the shooters. Basically, that's what they saying. Not that he put the hit on him, but Yo Gotti, they saying put a hit on him.
This is who you're referring to.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is Marcus who you're referring to. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Lady Justice is blind. Everybody get hit.
I'd like to now play what you've identified, Chris identifies to be on the inside of the Makita's cookies. Individual at the front counter, who is that?
That's Young Dolph.
And there's an individual behind him, who is that?
That's his Brother Marcus.
Say that you're referring to Young Dolph. Mr. Hopkins?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Hopkins, we've seen the inside and outside of the shop the day that Mr. Govan was killed. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You were not with him that day.
No, ma'am.
Why were you not with him that day?
He had me doing other things. He wanted me to be with the other artists.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What?
And did you go to the scene of the cookie shop that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a location here in Shelby County?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's
crazy, bro.
Tell the deputy where you want it.
I'll just put it here so the court reporter can hear me.
Shout out to Chan, my black is golden.
Thank you. Can you all see okay?
12 months strong. Appreciate you, family.
Mr. Hopkins, my name is Manny Aurora. How are you doing this morning?
Fine, sir.
I'm sorry for your loss, obviously. This is very troubling. No one should ever have to be killed violently like that, so I sympathize with you. We spoke on the phone when you were coming in from the airport this past weekend, is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you worked as the bodyguard for Mr. Dolph.
Yes, sir.
Was it you and other people as part of the team?
It was, but it was manned to me.
Okay, so you were the boss.
Yes.
You mentioned to the prosecutor that there was a history of violence between PRE and CMG. Is that correct? All right. And as I saw from this, and not trying to be negative anyway, but Mr. Dolph travels with an assault rifle in his car, as we saw his brother pull that out from the driver's side.
I don't know if he traveled with it, but he had it that day.
Okay, and have you seen him with other weapons in the past?
I haven't, no, sir.
Okay.
Okay, I was checking, make sure ain't no volume. They back, but they ain't started yet. Oh, here they go right now. They starting right now, just in time. They still say nothing. So you let them finish saying nothing. So we hear them when they start.
And his brother had his handgun and he was shooting at the other people, as we saw in the video.
Yes, sir.
And then he pulled out the assault rifle from the, I guess, the driver's side and shot some more at the people.
Yes, sir.
With regards to the violence that goes back and forth between these two music groups, you personally know of at least 3 attempts on Dolph's life: 2016, 2015, 2017, and 2018. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so he needed security, obviously. I mean, there's lots of problems going on here.
Yes, sir.
And with regards to coming to Memphis on the week before Thanksgiving, Mr. Dolph didn't live in Memphis anymore, right?
No, sir.
How long before this incident had he moved away from Memphis?
Maybe 4 or 5 years.
And was that, a lot of it I think we've talked about is for safety reasons because it's pretty violent here as far as between the PRE and the CMG. So it's known that his life is in danger. He's here and he needs bodyguards, things like that. One of the phrases I've heard, have you ever heard of the phrase spin the block? With regards to him coming here the week before Thanksgiving, he wasn't going to participate in the turkey drive. He was here to help out his artists.
Yes.
Okay. Can I just have a moment?
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
Maybe it's how would you follow for you based on some of the things that Mr. Aurora actually okay?
Shout out to Chan My Black is Golden. As we get back into it, they back now. Let's get it.
Alright, so the date you got arrested, that was December the 9th, 2021.
Correct.
And you spoke with police that day.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Aurora asked you about you stating that you met Justin Johnson through a person named Miscellaneous.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know a person named Miscellaneous?
No, ma'am.
Do you know a person named Justin Taylor?
After being locked up, I realized who he was.
Okay, who was Justin Taylor?
He used to be around Hernandez Govan and Justin Johnson.
And that's a different person than Justin Johnson, right? Justin Taylor, Justin Johnson.
Yes, ma'am.
And you mentioned this in your interview, who met Justin Taylor through Miscellaneous. Do you remember that, saying that?
No, I don't recall saying it.
All right, if that was what you said in your interview, that be about right?
Yes, I was under the influence.
All right. We can play that.
Bruh.
And Cornelius, do you recognize the person in this video?
Yeah, it looked like me.
Okay. Play this cool.
Did you speak with a Justin Taylor?
Well, I had to. I don't know what I did.
Okay, you may know him as Drop or Ted.
Yeah, I know him.
Okay, did you talk to him that day?
I probably did, but yeah, I think I did.
What did
I
y'all?
just can't remember the whole conversation. I can't remember who I was talking to.
Okay.
But I know him because, you know, he's a good little brother too. I'm 30, I can 32. So
Okay.
he young.
How do you know Justin?
I don't know because I met him for one of my parties.
Which part is it?
Would be a rapper named Mr. Lane.
This who?
Mr. Lane.
This
They were asking you about Justin Taylor. You called it. And that's who you,
Yes, ma'am.
and that's who you were answering about.
Yes, ma'am.
Also, during the cross-examination, you were asked about some payments between cash and
ma'am, that's when I cut my interview off.
Okay. Who was paid via Cash App, or what was the conversation involving Cash App? Because you mentioned that was two different instances you were talking about.
Justin was saying that he was gonna cash out Mr. Hernandez Govan some money to get the car cover or whatever.
Okay.
And he got me cash.
Okay. All right. And like I said, the incident happened November 17th, 2021.
Yes, ma'am.
And you didn't initially speak with police to December the 9th, 2021.
Correct.
And it was even later than that when you mentioned about AutoZone, right?
Correct.
So it could have been.
Objection, leading, and speculative, Your Honor, could have been.
Well, possibly 5 or 6 months later when you spoke with him about
Yeah, when I first spoke to detectives, I wasn't, putting myself in it, saying that I did it, saying that I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was under the influence December the 9th, and the conversation we was having really was like, all right, if I don't incriminate myself in this, they gonna let me go, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't working.
And last, you were asked about a message that was sent to Juk in December, I believe, 2021. Do you recall that?
Yes, ma'am. I had looked, I forgot what website, but I sent them a message like, when he go in homeboy, let's see, man. I'm trying to get with you so I can get my money.
At times, would you sometimes use Angela's phone?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you have possibly used Angela's phone to send that message?
Yes, ma'am.
I have no further questions.
Should I ask the government to play the same audio clip instead of?
Hi, my name.
Was that David ready to pull back up? Okay, please. While she's doing that, a couple of times while we were talking over the last hour or two, I called your girlfriend Angela Adams. You remember that? Okay, people sometimes say the name's wrong, right? You gotta say yes or no.
Yeah.
All right. They're asking you about Justin Taylor. Do you know Justin Taylor?
Oh, I met him through Mr. Hernandez and Justin.
Okay, but the reason I ask is you said you talked to Justin that day of the shooting.
Justin Johnson?
Yeah.
Yeah, they straight drop Justin Johnson.
Right, and the cop says Justin Taylor, you may know him as Grop. Do you remember hearing that? She's going to play it again for you, so I don't want to pull the wool over the jury's eyes. You knew exactly who he was talking about. He just switched out the names, just like I've done, and the jury's heard me do because there's so many people involved. When he said, did you talk to Justin Taylor, Grop, or whatever, on the day of the homicide, you meant Justin Johnson, because you said yes, right?
I didn't incriminate myself.
I'm not asking.
None of them that day. So when they were talking to me, I was under the influence, but I wasn't incriminating myself at the same time.
Okay. I understand that. They simply said, did you talk to Justin Taylor, Grop, or some other nickname? And you said yes, right? We'll just play it. We'll get to the bottom of it. I mean, you and I both know who they were talking about, right?
Nah, at the time I did. They asked names that I don't know. I didn't know Mr. Hernandez Govan first name. I didn't know Justin Johnson first name. I didn't know nothing about nobody first name. When I first got locked up, I didn't know none of their first names.
Whoa. So now you're telling this jury you didn't know Justin Johnson's first name until you got locked up?
They asked Justin Johnson, you might know him as Straight Drop. They were telling me their names before I got locked up. Like before I got locked up, I ain't know none of their first names.
Okay.
Like his name was Quick, Justin John's name was Straight Drop.
Well, when the government asked you about Justin Johnson, you described exactly how it happened, how he introduced you.
I had paperwork with everybody's name in it.
Right, but I thought you didn't have a lot of the discovery, but now you have the names.
I don't have all my discovery, that's what I said, but the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, with everybody's name in it, I got it.
All right, so the man you went to go kill Dolph with in cold blood in broad daylight, that you'd known for about 4 months at that point. You didn't know his name was Justin. Never called him that.
No,
And you had his phone number. You called him bruh, so how did you know his name was Drop? Did you just call him brother? If that's how you had him?
Drop. That was his rap name, so I just called him Drop. I ain't know nobody legal name. They ain't know my legal name. They called me Lil C. They ain't know my legal name. They just went off where everybody called me Lil C.
Okay. Can we play the audio, please?
He shot at me about 70. Outside, yeah. Outside.
Did you speak with a Justin Taylor on that day?
Justin Taylor. I'm trying to see that. Well, I had to. You looked at my phone. I had to speak, but I don't remember what I did.
Okay, you may know him as Drop or Ted.
Yeah, I know him.
Okay, did you talk to him that day?
I probably did. Yeah, I did.
What did y'all say?
I can't remember the whole conversation.
Keep going until he says miscellaneous, please.
Next, I can't remember who I called me that.
Okay.
But I know him because, he's a good little brother too. I'm 30, I'm 32. So.
Okay.
And he's young.
How do you know Justin?
I'm good at me. I met him to one of my parties.
Which party is it?
One big man, a rapper named Mr.
This who?
Miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous? Okay.
Thank you. I'm pretty sure the jurors are taking notes. So a second ago, I told you, how did you know Justin Taylor? And you said you met him through Govan. Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. So when the police officer asks you, how do you know Justin? If you were really talking about Justin Taylor, wouldn't you have said, I met him through Govan? Remember, you just said it. Those are your words. I'm not trying to play games with you.
Right, I understand what you're saying.
All right. So you told us that you met Justin Taylor, whoever Justin Taylor is, through Govan, right?
Yeah.
And so when the police asked you, when did you meet Justin or Glop, you said, I met him through a rapper named Miscellaneous. You remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I just said on that.
So if the prosecutor tries to make it seem like you met Justin Taylor through Miscellaneous, that would be false because you just testified under oath that Govan's the one that introduced you to Justin Taylor, right?
Yeah, but I was also under the influence of the influence.
I get all that, but you're not
And
under
I
the
wasn't
influence.
trying to incriminate myself.
The prosecutor's not under the influence, and neither are you. She asked you a straight-up question and said, is it possible you met him this way? And you guys chuckled about it a little bit. What I'm telling you is, the truth is, if you ever knew Justin Taylor, it was through Mr. Govan. And when they asked you about Justin Drop, you said, I met him through Miscellaneous. Is that what we heard? The only answer is yes.
That's what the video just said.
That's all I have.
No.
Start that first thing in the morning, because I don't want to work late today. There's no, this is the first day, Jules have been here all day. I don't want to wear them down out. It's too early to do that. So we will get started first thing in the morning at 9:30. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to admonish you again not to talk about it. So when you start to talk about things, let's say you start talking about this trial amongst yourselves. Once you start talking about things, you begin to come to conclusions about land law. And it's way too soon to do that. Okay? I've admonished you early on, and I'm going to continue to admonish you to wait till you hear all of the proof, and wait till you get the law that I'm going to give you to add to the proof before you start having conversations about it, okay? Because once you start to talk about it, you will start coming to your own conclusions, and I don't want you to do that. Understand? So you guys go have a good evening, enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here bright and early at 9:30.
So we still got a little bit more to catch up on from earlier before we wrap it up for today. But that's crazy to me. Ain't that crazy, like, that they tell you, like, don't talk about it? Because think about it, like, wouldn't it be best to talk about something while it's fresh on your mind and talk about all the stuff that we seen? Why would we wait until a month later or weeks later or even days later until we seen a whole bunch more stuff and then try to squeeze it all back into our mind? Like, shouldn't we be able to talk about it in between so we could kind of think about what we seen today? I don't know, that just make more sense to me. Appreciate y'all being here. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, tap in, share with a friend. We're gonna keep it rolling.
I think that's all. Thank you, Mr. Hopkins.
Any other redirect?
Okay, this is where he first started.
State your first and last name for the jury.
Cornelius Schmidt.
And for the benefit of our jurors who may be taking notes and our court reporter, could you spell your first and last name?
Cornelius Smith.
And if it's okay, can I call you Cornelius?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Hernandez. You know an individual by the name of Hernandez Govan?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you see that individual in the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you point to that individual and describe what he or she was wearing?
Man, right here with the white shirt on, black tie, bald head.
And I'd ask that the record reflect that the witness has identified the defendant.
Record so reflects that the witness has identified the defendant in court.
And how long have you known Mr. Govan?
I met him in 21, like mid-21, something like that.
Mid-21, so?
Like, yeah, like in the middle of 21.
When you met him, under what circumstances were you meeting him?
I met him through an individual named Bobby, buy pills at the time. I was just buying pills from him.
And would that be Bobby Carter?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were buying pills from Mr. Govan?
Yes, ma'am.
And what kind of pills were you buying from Mr. Govan?
Ecstasy and sometimes Percocet pills, oxycodone.
Would you say, why were you buying pills from him?
Because I popped pills. I was popping pills at the time.
Okay.
That was my drug pills.
Did you have a particular reason why you were popping pills?
I had a lot of stress going on or whatever, and it was on and off buying anyway, but then I was just back home.
Was there a particular incident that caused you to
I had lost my son in 2020, in March of 2020, and I just went back home.
You had been on them before?
Yes, ma'am, I had been on them before.
And he at some point stopped?
Stopped,
and after your son
got killed, I stopped at pop.
And that's through that course you got to know Mr. Govan?
Yes, ma'am.
Where would you meet?
I don't know what I said, but I was high every day for a whole year, and I was at anything. I was at done anything to get out of here. I was at done anything.
At first, Bobby started going to get the pills from me, and then, one particular day, Bobby didn't want to go, so, I went and got some from myself.
Okay, and where was that at?
At his home, on Bradley Street, I believe.
So was that, how did you know this where he was?
Because I used to be right across the street at Bobby's house, you know what I'm saying, from his house.
When, so you've always gone to Bobby's house?
Yeah, I used to hang out with Bobby. Like, I used to hang out with Bobby on the daily basis.
So let's go back to mid-summer or so, however you say it, of 2021, when you first came into contact with Mr. Govan. At what point did the situation change from you, or did it change from you buying pills from him to something else?
Like, I guess after a couple runs of going to buy pills on my own from him, he started asking me, I want to make some money. He knew ways I could get some money. I'm like, yeah.
Did you want some money?
Yeah, because sometimes I go to him and can I get a couple pills on credit? So, that was when he was like, you want to make some money? I'm like, yeah.
And why did you need money? Were you working at the time?
Yeah, nah, not really. I wasn't just working like that. I couldn't just keep a job with a peer habit like that. I ain't gonna lie like that.
Okay. So you wanted money. What did you want money for?
A lot of different reasons. Make sure my children were straight, you know, pop me a couple pills, you know, make sure I was good. A lot of different reasons.
And how many children did you have at the time?
I had 5. I got 5 now, but I had 6.
6 all together. But
Yeah,
this is.
It was after my son got killed. I had 5.
Okay. And who is the mother of those kids?
Letitia Jackson.
So you wanted money to make sure your kids were okay. You pop a few pills, and you'd be all right.
Yes,
Did you have a girlfriend at the time?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your girlfriend name?
Miss Angela.
Miss Angela. Does Angela have a last name? Arnold?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, yeah, 5 kids, a girlfriend,
Yes,
and a pill head.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So at some point, Mr. Govan asked you if you wanted to make some extra money.
Make some money.
And how were you supposed to make extra money?
Well, he told me that, you know, it was a little bounty on a couple paper I had.
Okay, I ain't understand nothing you said.
It was a hit on, it was a hit at the time on a couple guys in paper out here, on paper out here or whatever.
Okay, and what were some of those individuals' names, if you can recall?
Paper out Woo, Young Dolph. I don't know all his names, because I ain't know exactly who they were.
At what point did he mention the actual bounties, as you say?
One night leaving getting some pills, he mentioned the prices on, you know, Woo had 50 on his head, Young Dolph had 100 on his head, somebody had 5 on their head, 10 on their head. He mentioned the prices too.
So it was almost like a catalog. This person costs this much. This person costs
telling
this
us
much.
who had the money on their head, who had the most money on their head,
And who had
prices.
the most? Who had
Young
the
Dolph
most?
had the most money on his head.
And he had 100,000.
100,000 on his head.
And when you said
That's insane. They had a price list for they whole camp.
his head.
That's insane.
I mean, if you kill Young Dolph, you get $100,000.
Okay. At some point, you will testify that about the shooting of Young Dolph. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Prior to that, were you involved in any other shootings?
Well, one day, Mr. Govan had provided me with a gun, and he told us that Paper Route Rue was at home one day. So as we approached the house, with me, Bobby, Justin, and another guy, I don't know the other guy's name, Bobby dropped me off. I get out walking on foot. Paper Route Rue was coming out the house, and he had his gun in his hand at the time, and I was walking up the street. And me and him had a shootout or whatever. And the gun he provided me had jammed up, so you know I had to duck and Bob and weed, and Bobby had got to me. We got in the car and went back to his house and reported what had happened to him. And he was glad I ain't get killed that day right there. But Bob was like he wasn't messing with this stuff because he was believing what Justin them told him about we messed it up or whatever, and we didn't have our masks on and all this. So Bobby fell back.
Was there an incident with Paper Route Rue that you're aware of prior to the incident where you were involved?
Nah, I don't know nothing else about like no incident with Paper Route Rue. Just this shootout that I had with him, that's all I know about it. And he was saying that like he was going.
Who was he?
Mr. Govan was saying he was going.
Let me stop you. Did you call him Mr. Govan?
Nah, I called him Quick. I called him Quick. That's what I knew him.
That was your nickname?
Yeah, Quick.
Would you feel more comfortable calling him Quick?
Yeah, I called him Quick.
Okay.
Quick was saying that he was gonna give a paper out with mama or whatever to find out what they be about, you know, play up on the other, find out where, you know, who and them be is so we could reach out and touch them, like, find out what they is.
was it just, he was gonna see where Wu was, or was there other paper route arguments?
Any one of them, like Wu, anybody in paper route, he was gonna make sure that, you know, he could play because the mama liked him, so he was gonna try to play their father figure and, you know, find out where they at and make sure we could reach out and touch them.
So from when you met him in midsummer, the shooting with paper route Wu, how far from when you met him to when that shooting was?
I just can't recall, but it wasn't long after I met him though.
And was it a couple of days, couple of weeks?
I said a couple of weeks, probably about a month and a half or so. You know, I can't be specific about it. I ain't gonna lie like that.
Were you all looking for specific paper route empire artists?
Yeah, we were looking for whoever we could find. So, you know, at the time like on certain days or what, like we were doing whatever we can. You know what I'm saying?
In regards to the bounty, were there other conversations about the bounty?
Well, after that incident with paper route Wu or whatever, and the gun jammed up, like I think probably the next day I pulled up over Quick House or whatever and buy some pills. And when I pulled up, it was a truck sitting in front of the house or whatever.
Okay, what kind of truck?
I can't remember. I ain't gonna lie.
Like an SUV truck or F-150 truck?
Like an SUV truck.
Okay.
But I pulled up and I got out and when he said, he was sitting up there with Juke. And he was like, here go a little C right here. Here go C right here. So Juke was like, hold up, man. We ain't doing no talking around these phones, you know, take these phones outside.
Who said that?
Juke. Oh, we got to talking. We were telling him, like, we ain't talking around no phone, take the phones outside.
Who was he telling to take the
He
phone?
was telling Quick that.
Okay.
Take the phones outside.
And did Quick take y'all's phones outside?
Yeah, I gave him my phone. He set him outside on the chair or whatever. And came back in and was like, yeah, this little C right here, this was the one that, you know what I'm saying, shot your woo. And,
hold on, you did a whole lot of woo.
Well, you know, basically saying, this the one that shot it, woo. And this one of the ones that I got to, you know what I'm saying, that I got on the business too. And Juke basically like nodding his head like, y'all gonna get y'all money, y'all handle y'all business, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna get y'all money.
What was person you described as Quick? What was Quick saying?
He was just letting him know that, you know, I was one of the ones that he got on the business, that he got to put the work in or whatever.
Okay.
That he hired for the
I'm gonna need you to slow that down. He the one that hired on the business to do what now?
To make one of these, get a hit, do the hit.
I'd like to pass you a photograph. Do you recognize the person in that photograph?
It is Quick and Big Juke.
Okay. Your Honor, if we could have that photograph entered into evidence as the next number to see.
No objection.
This is a picture of two gentlemen with white shirts, t-shirts on that's been described by the witnesses as Quick and Big Joe. No markings as exhibit.
Your Honor, before we publish, I would simply just ask if you have a time frame with this photo as far as authentication goes.
Sure, let me mark it. Mark it as exhibit 4 in this hearing.
Do you know when that photo was taken?
Nah, I don't know nothing about that photo. I don't know when that was taken.
That photo simply identifies the people you described as
Quick
Quick and Juke.
Yes, ma'am.
Any objection to permission to publish?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll let you say that and it doesn't work. But the individual you described as Juke, is he on the left or right of this photo?
From my angle, he's on the right, the big guy, right on the right.
He's on the right. And the individual on the left, who is that?
That's Quick.
And Juke is the person, do you know his government name?
No, now since I've been locked up, Anthony Mills, since I've been locked up.
And Quick, you know it's Hernandez Govan, is that correct?
Hernandez Govan.
At some point, I'm sure you all exchanged phone numbers.
Me and Quick.
Okay.
I never had Juke number.
You never had Juke's number?
No, I never had no contact with Juke. Like, how you get into the Juke?
So any conversation about bounties went through Govan, is that
And
correct?
Govan the one that did all the talking.
Okay. What name was Quit's saved into your phone?
I hit it up on the bro.
Bro? Okay. And how many different phone numbers?
He had 2 different numbers.
But they were both on your phone as bro?
Bro.
All right. So at some point, there was more information given, I guess, about the bounties. Is that correct?
Yeah, about the bounties. It was coming close to Thanksgiving or whatever.
All right. Well, let's back up. Let's get back to sometime before it starts to get cool. Let's go back. Was there another individual that was brought into this?
Justin
who?
Johnson.
Okay. And how did you meet Justin Johnson?
I met him through Quick as well.
At what point did you meet him through Quick?
Like around the time we did that, they hit on paper at Woo. When we went and shot at him, like that was like my first initial meet with him around that time.
And you said you met him through Quick or Mr. Govan. How did you meet him? Describe it.
When they found out that Woo was at the house or whatever, me and Bobby were called, and he called Justin up too, and we all met up at his house.
And who's he?
Quick house. We all met up at Quick house, and me and Bobby jumped in one vehicle, and Justin and another guy jumped in another vehicle.
But he was putting you all together.
Yeah, Quick put all us together.
Okay, you didn't know Justin before this day?
No, ma'am.
Never seen him?
Never seen him. Never met him. I knew nothing about him.
All right, so some point we'll get to November, but what was your interaction with Justin over the course from when you met him?
After we did that and the gun jammed over paper out Woo, Justin then went back and told Quick that me and Bobby so-called messed it up or whatever. So, Quick was like, y'all had y'all masks on. Justin them told him we ain't have our masks on. I ain't had my mask.
No man knew that this was going on, and he asked you to have a
He the one
mask.
gave me the gun to go out there.
And he asked you to have a mask on.
Right. He asked me that. And he was saying, like, Justin was telling him that we messed it up or whatever, and that's when Bobby was like, he ain't doing nothing with nobody, he ain't getting involved in it or whatever, because Quick believe everything Justin them say, and, at that time, Quick basically was telling me, like, you with Johnson them, you with Justin them, and you know what I'm saying, under the big, you want to get this money, since Bobby acting like he acting, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what you said.
Since Bobby acting like he acting, he told me to get with Justin and them, since Bobby had pulled out of it.
Oh, Govan told you to get with Justin?
Yeah, Quick told me to get with Justin.
Okay. And what reason was he telling you to get with Justin?
So we go find one of the people out any artist to get this money, And
so, what would Govan gain out of you all getting a bounty or a hit on one of the paper route?
he was getting a cut out of it. He supposed to got $10,000 for me.
No matter who you hit or if it was...
Nah, Young Dolph, he supposed to got $10,000. I did $100,000. I did $50,000. I was getting, he was getting $10,000.
So throughout the summer, going into the fall, did you and Justin and Govan ever meet?
Yeah, we'll meet up over Quick House. Like, we'll go over Quick House, and that's what we always met up at, over Quick House.
And then, what was the purpose meeting there?
Really, like, we'll meet up over Quick House to talk about a lot of things, basically, about a ban on somebody, finding somebody. Sometimes we'll watch games over there, we'll be over there about a lot of things, basically.
But for Govan, you wouldn't have met Justin?
Nah, I wouldn't have met Justin if it wasn't for Quick.
Prior to Mr. Govan telling you about bounties on these PRE individuals or rappers, artists, were you aware that they were bounties?
No, ma'am. I had no idea about it.
Were you aware of who the PRE artists were?
I knew about Young Dolph, but I didn't know about none of these other artists or nothing like that. I had to Google them, and to actually Google them. Once he told me, I had to really Google them to find out.
So there would be, like throughout the summer, you all would meet and he would talk about the bounty.
Talk about the bounty on them. And first we like, man, I was thinking to myself, it's impossible to get Young Dolph, you know what I'm saying? Like, in fact, Young Dolph. But, I was thinking to myself that was impossible. So, I had to Google the other guys to see who they were.
Oh. fast forward. Let's get to November. Look, it's the week before Thanksgiving. What was going on with you?
He was telling us, you know, they got turkey.
Who's he?
Govan, quit. I mean, he was telling us that, you know, they had turkey drive. Each artist had a different day where they were doing turkey drive or whatever, and you know, that's our opportunity. We can make something shake in.
Okay. When you say make something shake, well, shake.
Like, try to catch him in, you know, get the money, do what he don't want to.
Were you aware about this turkey drive prior to Govan telling you that?
Nah, cause I don't know nothing about what paper route do, so nah, I probably wasn't.
Did you listen to their music before, or did
I listened to Young Dolph, but I ain't listen to his artist. I ain't know his artist was. I listened to Dolph though.
So, Govan was telling you about the turkey drive.
Right.
And
just,
I'm sorry.
He was telling me and just.
Were y'all together when he was telling you?
Right, at his house.
At his house. Did he mention the bounty again? Did he mention the money?
Well, we had already knew the prices on majority of their heads, basically. On everybody else doing the turkey drive, we had already knew the prices already.
Including Dolph.
Including Dolph.
And let's go to November the 16th of 2021. What were you and Justin doing that day?
Well, he had called me up, came to pick me up. We had went because they had a turkey drive in South Memphis somewhere. And me and him was out, we was riding, trying to get one of the artists that day that was doing the drive down there. And as we was out there, I got out on foot. And there was a lot of folks out there standing with guns with us. Justin was in the car. And he called me and told me that he had got a call that Young Dolph was at a gas station up the street from where we was at. So I ran back to the truck, and I jumped back in the truck. When we got to the gas station, Dolph was gone. So we rolled around for a minute, then he dropped me back off at the house. And I laid down that night, and he was like, tomorrow we go back out and see what's up.
So on the 16th, at any point, did you think, okay, maybe we have a shot at getting Dolph?
Yeah, because we knew he was in town. We knew Dolph was in the city then, and we knew that tomorrow we were full-fledged then. We know we anything in shape right now. We gonna get somebody. We gonna strike. Tomorrow is our day. We gonna strike somebody. We gonna get lucky tomorrow.
And at any point, did you all have this conversation with Mr. Govan?
Yeah, we were telling him like we really getting close. We getting fed up playing. We finna get somebody basically. And he was like, y'all do y'all thing. Handle y'all business.
And in return, you all were supposed to, you expected to be getting money, son.
Right.
Because that's what he promised you.
Right.
So let me ask you also, one of those, Justin, what did he do for a living?
He was a rapper.
At any point, did you all participate in a music video or anything?
Yeah, I was called by Mr. Govan to be in the video because I don't know Justin like that. So I was in the video, but I didn't want to be in it, so I put a mask on my face.
And when was this video shot?
Like in summertime of 21. I can't tell you the exact date, exact month, not like that,
but it was prior to. Was that after
it
the
was
hit
after,
on
It was after that. Yeah, it was after the movie.
But prior to Dolph.
Dolph, right.
Okay. You have a photograph that is before you. Previously been shown to the defense counsel. Do you recognize the contents of that photograph?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that photograph?
This the photograph of us in front of the house where y'all found the car is shooting the rap video.
And who's all in that video?
Justin. I don't know the other two guys. Hernandez Govan. I'm standing right behind Hernandez Govan with a mask on my face.
Your Honor, if we could have that photograph and as evidence as the next number.
So this is a photograph with 5 individuals in the picture. Mr. Govan with a cap on. The witness described himself standing behind Govan with a mask on. and an individual with a red cap on. Is this Justin Johnson?
Yeah, fine.
Justin Johnson in the picture with the baseball cap on, holding a stack of money. We'll mark this as Exhibit 5 to this hearing.
Can we just ask when that supposedly was? I think we
He's
have
already said he did.
So he doesn't know this one?
Hold on. Let's mark this and then you can ask your questions before. Okay, you want to ask questions?
I ask you again, do you recall when this was taken? Or the video, excuse me, the photograph that you were just looking at, not this one, but the one you just handed to me.
That was the video. I don't know what month it was. I don't know like exact time it was, but I know it was sometime.
It was
after the paper I was with. That's all I can say about it.
Nope. Your Honor, who published the picture?
Yes.
Could you describe for the jury what we're looking at here?
There's the video shoot of us at the house across the street from Quick House, across the street from Hernandez Govan house.
Who is this individual?
I don't know him.
Who is this?
It's Justin Johnson.
Who is this individual?
I don't know who that is.
Who is this?
That's Hernandez Govan.
And who is this individual?
That's me right there.
Why did you have a mask on?
Because I wasn't part of their little crew, and, you know, I ain't want to bring no little beef upon myself. He asked me to be quick. On then they go and asked me to be in the video. That's why I'm standing like right behind him, because I ain't know nothing about that.
Have a good night. Have a good night. Have a motherfucking good.
No, I'm doing some time warping. So this was sometime. We're going to go back to November, at this point, November 17th. Right? What was going on that morning? What do you recall about that morning? November 17th, 2021.
Well, it was actually my daughter's birthday. I woke up. I had a missed call from Justin Johnson. So, I don't know if I called him back or he called me back, but somehow he got on the phone. We was on the phone, and he was telling me that he was finna pull up on me.
And did you plan to meet him that day?
Yeah, we had been out the day before, you know, on the turkey drive or whatnot. That's when they told the doctors at the gas station, but we were gone. So the next day we knew another turkey drive. So we were gonna get up that day and, you know, try to get to that turkey drive.
So this was this a Wednesday, would you say? If you recall?
I can't recall.
It was November
17th, my daughter's birthday.
All right. So how long from when you received a call from Justin to when he came to get you?
He close by, so it was like a couple minutes. He was close by. It wasn't long. He was close by.
And I don't know if I asked you before, but how far from Mr. Govan's house to your house? How was that far?
Nah, it wasn't far. A couple minutes. It wasn't far.
So he wasn't far because he came pretty quickly once
Yeah, he came fast.
Okay. And when he arrived, what type of vehicle was he?
He was in a white Mercedes Benz.
Had you ever seen him in that white Mercedes Benz?
I ain't never seen that car before.
What car would you normally see him
In an SUV, like a white truck or something.
in? And did you ask him why he had this?
I ain't asked no questions. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't asked no questions. I just jumped on in there because I knew we was on a mission.
At this point, had your mission changed to Dolph knowing that he was in town?
Yeah, anybody. At this point, anybody, like in paper, right? Anybody.
So he picked you up.
He picked me up.
And where did he pick you up from?
He picked me up from my pop's house. Once he picked me up, we went back to right in front of Govan, and then the Govan house.
Okay, is that on Bradley Street?
On Bradley Street, yes, ma'am.
And when you went back to Govan's house on Bradley Street, what did you do then?
He jumped out the car and jumped and grabbed somebody in his Suburban truck.
Could I ask if we identify who the he's are? It's getting very confusing with the hearsay.
I think Ms. Taylor was going to do it. She's been doing a pretty good job at it.
We've got a lot of theys and he's, and it's very confusing.
That's why I asked. So the he that jumped out the car, who was the he?
Justin Johnson jumped out the car, and he jumped out the white Mercedes Benz and grabbed something out of his SUV that he had parked by across the street from where his house is, right?
And I didn't ask you, Where is this house?
Across the street from Hernandez Govan house, where we'll park it or hang out at. We'll park in front of his house and go to his house and hang out. Go to Hernandez Govan
You
house.
go to all right. You
Go
park
to
in front of Govan's house.
We'll park at their house and to go over Mr. Hernandez Govan house and hang out.
All right. All right. So Justin got out of the car. Opened the door or something to the SUV, got something out.
Right.
Did he get back in?
Yes, ma'am. He got back in and we took off.
Okay, do you know what he got out of the car?
No, ma'am. I can't remember.
All right. You previously mentioned that you all were kind of on a hunt.
Right.
When you go hunting, you have guns.
Right.
Did you have a gun?
Justin Johnson already had the guns in the car. Prior to me getting in, they was already in the car.
Did you all have masks?
Yes, ma'am. I had my own mask, my own gloves, and Justin Johnson had his own mask and gloves.
At some point, did you put these masks and gloves on?
Yes, ma'am. Once Justin grabbed something out of the white SUV, we proceeded on heading towards Westwood area. And as we got to Lamont Airways at the light, Young Dolph come driving by. They come driving across the light. And we spotted the car. We were like, there they go. And we proceeded to trail them.
Trail.
Young Dolph.
And what did you do then? Oh, let me ask you, did you make any phone calls?
I didn't make any phone calls at the time. I didn't.
Did Justin make any phone calls once you all spotted that dog?
No, ma'am. I don't recall.
Spot dog. What did you all do then?
We proceeded to follow them. We followed them. They pulled inside the cookie store. We made the block. And when we made the loop, I jumped out. I spotted Dolph inside the store at first. I jumped out. Just proceeded to shoot inside the restaurant.
I'd like to show you what has previously been marked as exhibit number 3.
We almost about to here, family. Appreciate y'all being here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's get back into this algorithm. Appreciate all the new people. Much love, much love.
What are we looking at here?
It's the Makita's Cookie Shop where Young Dolph and them pull it in.
Is that the vehicle that you saw previously?
Yes, ma'am.
And where were you all?
By the time we had already, like, we was at the light. We had went down to the light to make the block.
You gesturing this way, so you're the light coming this way?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, could you see when Dolph got out of the car?
No, ma'am.
See a vehicle coming to the front. What are we looking at here?
That's the white Mercedes Benz we was in.
Were you the passenger or were you the driver?
I was the passenger.
This individual.
That's me. That's me.
And is this the gun that Justin had already in the car when you got it?
Yes, ma'am.
you get out.
They came into the frame.
That was on the video. We saw you get out. Get gun. Who else was get out of the car?
Oh, they were just jump.
What were you all planning to do that day?
Well, once we saw Young Dolph, we were planning to go and kill him. Go and take him out.
Well, how far from when you sawed off on, was it Airways?
Yes, ma'am.
How far from when you saw, how long did it take from once you sawed off on Airways to once you actually got out the car and started shooting?
Couple minutes. It wasn't even a good 10 minutes. It wasn't 5. It was probably about 5 at the most. Red lights.
Okay. We'll go back to the videos once technical. Maybe.
Shout out to all the ones who came through from the Cat Not Williams raid. If y'all don't know who Cat Not Williams is, for the new ones, I just dropped her link in the chat to one of her latest streams. She got a lot of good content.
In the
Y'all
5
go check her
minutes
out.
or so from when you all spotted Dolph's vehicle to when you all started shooting, what did you and Justin say to each other?
We didn't say nothing. It was just like, once we saw him, we didn't say nothing. We knew it was go time. It was just, I knew it was go time. Like, might as well go and get it over with now. That's why I jumped out.
Did you have a phone on you on that day?
Yes, man. I had put my phone in the glove department of the car.
Why'd you do that?
So I wouldn't drop it when I jumped out the car or nothing like that.
So did you put it in the glove compartment when you first got in the car or after you saw Dolph?
When I first got in the car, I put it in the glove department.
Here in Shelby County.
Yes, ma'am.
You get there. Who are we seeing here?
It was me and Justin getting out the truck. It was me on the driver's side, my shirt up because I've been shot in. Trying to hold it.
Once you're inside, what do you all do?
He had called somebody.
Who's he?
Justin had called somebody from a wound kit or whatever.
A wound?
A wound kit from Walgreens, so I could clean up. We both could clean up or whatnot. Like I said, I had called my girl to come get me.
Who's your girl?
I had called my girl to come get me, and we also contacted Mr. Hernandez Govan, and I was telling him to get my phone in my car, and that's when he was telling me.
Out of the car?
Out their car, yeah.
The white
Mercedes. And that's when he was telling me to meet him where he get his car wash.
And where did he normally get his car wash?
Pressure wear.
And how did you know that's where he gets his car wash?
Because I had been up there with him before to get his car wash.
And at some point, you leave their apartment.
Yes, ma'am.
How did you leave?
My girl came and picked me up.
And your girl? Does the girl have a name?
Miss Angela came and picked me up.
Okay. You previously been shot this video, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. No, white issue.
What are we looking at here?
Oh, that's me and Justin walking out. He getting in the white SUV, and I'm walking to Miss Angela truck. Getting.
Did you call your girl Miss Angela?
Nah.
What did you call her?
Baby.
Okay. Got any baby trouble? Have y'all left at this point?
No, ma'am.
Why hadn't you left?
I was actually waiting on Justin to pull out, so we pull out at the same time.
Say I call her babe. Babe.
Is that
There's Justin walking up to the truck with me and Angela was in. I was waiting on him. I told her not to pull off until he pulled off.
why didn't you want to pull off before the pull?
Because I know we just viewed a hit, so it was really like, looking after him at the time. And then we both were shot. Well, he was straight, but I was shot. So I just really made sure he pulled out.
Justin, I know you used his phone for when you were calling quick. Over the course of the summer, y'all getting to know each other. Did you have Justin's number?
Well, along the way, that's when Hernandez Govan was like, y'all just swap out numbers, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, he gave me, Hernandez Govan gave me just the number.
And what do you have the number that Govan gave you? Say it.
For Justin?
For Justin, yes.
Lil' bro.
Lil' bro. Lil' bro and Lil' bro.
Yes, ma'am.
Did Justin have more than one number?
I believe so. Yes, ma'am.
Did Justin come back after?
Yes, ma'am.
So we see the vehicle Justin leaving, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That white vehicle, and this is me and Angela leaving right here.
And it's Angela driving?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Taylor, I think this is a good place for us to stop for lunch.
Yep, perfect time, because I'm pushing it to the limit right now. Gotta go. But I appreciate y'all. Before y'all go, let me give you your daily admonitions. Make sure you hit the like. Make sure you hit that subscribe. No, I'm fucking. No, I appreciate y'all, though. Shout out to today's stream sponsors.
The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence.
What? With the raid. Appreciate you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. What up, Chad Diggy? I see you. Appreciate you joining. What up, Cat Knot Williams? Much love. Appreciate you. TSC. What up, though? Miss DB. What up, though? Appreciate you. Chan My Black is golden. YP Com Chick. Appreciate you joining. Aaron Adventuring. Appreciate you. Factual Lie. Lady L. Blue Eye Hillbilly. Appreciate you, family. Indigo Kepra. Watch the Rise. Leah. Adolph Bacon. Appreciate y'all all hanging out with your boy today. And whoever I missed, my bad. But it's all love. And if you want me to say something, you say it while I play the outro, because we getting on up out of here. Appreciate y'all. Much love. And until next time, family, make sure that you stay fresh and stay blessed. Peace out. Heroes, never hated
giving a fuck. Chasing down my goals, I self-law am master. Supernatural disaster, metaphysical reaction. I am the flesh, I am the God. No one got the lab on lockdown. Talking hot winters and cold summers. Black Force Ones when we slide in the streets. We all stay home at a club jumping. What up, cousin? I see you, fam. Throwing slime corners when I watch the trial. LEOs be capping, chatting action. Come and tap in the most interactive. I am the flesh. I am the God. I am the flesh. I am the God.
Don't tap in. Gun flesh skin every rap in. If you like us, gon' get the lights up. You sub, you can share, tell them pack in. Pulling left, right, front to the passenger side. It's right here, the premiere. How you know? Cause them boys broadcast to the live. Wanna talk about it? Hit the link right here. Slide coins up, got 100 bands. Mars eyes, watch how the check. And the band made love to a bomber head. 2 bands do a dance like check. I'ma keep going till I'm motherfucking tired. You what? I'm motherfucking tired. Slide brothers out, could be rain down game. Like, what you mean? Just watch the rise. Watch the rise. Watch the rise.
I am the flesh. I am the God. I am the flesh. I am the God.
Flesh with God.
I am the flesh.